Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back to the Councilmen Show, episode 192, as we'll be talking about the best of 2022s in movies and television. Join us for this episode.
To another year with the councilman. I guess I don't know. Yeah, this will be our 192nd episode. This is our first episode of 2023. Yeah. So how's
Yeah.
how's the break, guys?
I
How's
don't
the
know.
break? It was fine.
Albert.
The break is so good that one of us is still on break.
Yeah.
Starting the year with three people. Great, fun times.
Wait. Can I call out Teguh? Because like he said, like his parents are over and he can't like stream with us. But he's currently playing Sniper Elite 4. I don't know if that's like a family. I don't know if that's a family game.
It's a family game, right?
Is it a
It's a
family,
family
game?
game. It's a family game. Sniper Elite, yes, family game.
Sniper Elite 4 is a family game.
Yeah.
Dad,
One
Dad,
become a
look, I'm
sniper
shooting
and the other have to dodge.
Oh no! Okay. Okay. Never mind. We'll allow it.
Yeah, a family game. E for family.
E4
Wait, no.
family.
That's a
E4 family.
an electronic family. E family.
I think he meant rated E for everyone, kind of.
Rated
no,
E
no,
for
no,
everyone.
no.
Just
Rated E
comes
for
out
family.
Okay, rated E for family.
I meant it every single word. Alright, so what are we going to do today, Albert?
Yes, so today we are going to be talking about the best of 2022, the first episode of the year of 2023. We're going to be talking about we look back, talking about the best of 2022 in movies, in TV shows or streaming shows, our particular favorites in terms of just the overall content, in terms of scenes, in terms of performance, everything. We want to talk about all of those in this episode. And yeah, we're here again, the three of us. If you've never seen us before, hi, I'm Albert. That's Kelvin with the glasses there. If you're watching on
Ivan
YouTube, and
introduces.
Ariq is with us as well with the fancy headphones.
Yeah, look
Have
at
the other
them.
one.
RGB headphones.
We don't have to
Okay.
go, so we can introduce.
Usually we have a
awesome.
fourth member, but he's
But
not.
he's playing Sniper Elite with the family, so
He's playing Sniper Elite.
yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on. Right now, I'm gonna call. Let's talk about the real quick. He's in Japan. It's like midnight right now. If he's living with his family, then he's quietly playing the game while his parents are asleep. So I'm just trying to imagine him like quietly shooting people in a game intensely, and his parents are like sleeping. He's like, "Oh my God,
No-
please."
nostalgic, man.
The funny
Nostalgic.
part is like Teguh gets. I mean, past like his university days, like he gets raged very easily, and when he does rage, he yells into the mic.
That is
like-
true.
He yells into the mic at like 180 decibels. So like, I don't know how he plays without making his parents just like, huh?
He's
Yeah.
yelling. He's raging quietly. I think like.
What is that? Is that what, rat catcher?
I don't know.
Well,
Enough the goose ladder. We go into it.
yeah.
Let's go into the show.
Let's get to
I
it.
haven't changed my name yet.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
Still in the Christmas vibes.
I guess I am.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know what? We haven't talked since last year. Happy New Year, guys! I wasn't in the last episode. It was a fun time. Calvin didn't get the winner that he wanted. I'll say I was surprised by the winner of last week's, not last week's, 2 weeks ago episode. With
The last episode was the Christmas brawl.
Christmas
Yeah.
Brawl, and I was surprised. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend check it out. It's both available on YouTube and on the audio feed. But it was a lot of fun. But yeah, how you guys been? How was New Year's?
Yeah, kind of
Um,
fun.
I think some of my cousins were surprised by how much alcohol I can drink.
Okay.
The last time, I have drank a little bit of alcohol when I was underage. Was before Japan. 4 years
Mm.
of training
4 years of training in Japan.
Yeah, 4 years. Yeah.
has come and shocked them. On like how much drink I can
I like how
handle.
they're just like, oh, our cousin, he was learning abroad in Japan. What skill did you take home from there?
Alcoholism.
Drinking,
You have
alcoholism.
you have sake. Let me show you.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
but they're older cousins or younger cousins?
Older. I'm the youngest, I think. One
Oh,
of the
okay,
younger ones. Yeah.
fair.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
So how
nice.
how
Very
about you,
cool.
Rick? You were in Bali, right? I think
I went
for
to
like New
Bali,
Year.
yeah. Well, my family was mostly surprised that I've lost a lot of weight, so they had a hard time recognizing
Oh,
me.
a lot of surprise
Oh my god.
on the New Year.
Did you did
Me
you
with
did
the
you
Yeah.
gain it?
drinking
Did
and
you gain
Alec
it?
with the weight.
Gain it? Did you gain it back after Bali?
Guess what? I really tried. I gained like half a kilo,
Oh, that's good.
but I really tried. But I ate as many pork as I can. I know I'm not supposed to do that, but just it's okay.
I really
Just
tried.
Pretend you
bear
didn't
with
hear
it.
that.
But anyway, I really tried, but nothing happened. But yet, to be honest, I actually haven't.
The-
Here's the thing: I didn't realize I had like some cousins. I haven't because like I rarely meet my cousins in Bali,
Mhm.
and oh yeah, they're definitely much cooler than my cousins in Medan because they're mature, they play video games, and I didn't know I have
okay.
like a girl cousin that's like a few years younger than me living in like Malang, which is a city near Bali in Java.
I don't know where
So yeah,
Malang is.
I don't know, surprising. Like I didn't know I had a cousin there.
That's
Hey
always
man,
that,
I
that's
rarely
always a weird
visited the
feeling.
family. Yeah, no, I rarely visit the family over there. So yeah,
There are
it was
surprise cousins
surprising.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is a weird feeling, right? Like one day you just realize, like, oh, I have an
got
uncle
a
this whole
cousin.
time. I have a cousin this whole time. Like I don't know. Where have you been? Yeah.
Oh, wait, is it okay if I tell you that there's just this one funny story? It's like my cousin like tried working in Jakarta, right? And he was
Yeah.
like, and he moved back within like 2 days. He was like, fuck this city. It was too crowded, too polluted. It's
Okay.
like everything's confusing. Apparently, like other than the stuff he told me about that, like apparently he told me like, oh, so I was trying so hard trying to find beer around here. Like those markets didn't have it. I'm like, dude, it's illegal to sell that in Jakarta. I know in Bali you can find beer, pork everywhere on the side of the street, but not. But in Jakarta, it ain't like that. I'm like, it's actually illegal. You have to go to a bar. It's like, oh, that's how it works.
I I remember like back then, I feel like I can find like beer in like supermarket and convenience store much more easily. Like
Yeah,
before
not
I went to
here.
Japan. No, no, like in
Oh,
2017,
before.
way back then. Yeah, when we're
Oh,
still in high
well,
school.
I think that's because the law was not
I
put
don't think
on
the
at
law
the
was
time
being
yet.
enforced
Yeah,
yet
I
back then.
I
yeah,
wouldn't
at
I
that
would
time,
I
yeah.
wouldn't know. I wasn't even looking for that back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then like yeah, same thing. Once I came back, I'm like, where
Where's
where
the
are they? Why is it all
where's the
zero
alcohol?
percent alcohol?
Yeah, yeah. Where's the alcohol? Yeah.
What's this?
So yeah, that was funny. He literally he had a culture shock so bad he had to go back. He's just like, nah, I'm done. He's like,
Gotta
nah.
drink, man.
There's no pork and there's no beer. Nah. Go back.
Cut back.
But yeah, that's
How about you,
all
Bert?
there.
Yeah. As some of you might know, I spent the holidays in Australia, visit Melbourne and Sydney for my sister's graduation. Australia is a lot of fun. Avoid the cold here. I heard in America here it was like reaching negative degrees, like negative 30 Celsius. Um, and yeah, so I avoid the cold because it's summer there, and it was nice. The weather's nice, the food is nice, the people are great, and I'm meeting with family. It's always. I haven't seen my family in so long, so it's nice to be back with them and meeting cousins as well. And yeah, my New Year's was in Sydney. Um, Apparently, because Australia is very strict with the pandemic rules, so they haven't really had a proper like citywide New Year celebration since the pandemic. So this is the first time, and it was like insane. Like it was super crowded in the city, and I was by. I don't know if you're familiar with. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Opera House. I don't know if you're familiar with the Harbor Bridge, which is like right next to the Opera House. There's a big bridge, and so I was on the other side of the on the other side of the harbor for that, and we saw the fireworks by the bridge, and a lot of people were there, and it was like insanity. It was like wild. Just like in terms of crowd management, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Australia's great. So yeah, I had fun and always nice with family.
I've never been to Australia.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, neither have I.
It's
I
a
guess technically I've been there when I'm still in what's it name? Inside my mom's tummy.
oh yeah.
I guess. Technically. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a great place. Lots of great places, cities to visit as well. And yeah, so if you like the beach, they have a great beaches too.
Isn't there a lot of shark attacks there, or is that just a myth?
I don't know. I've never been attacked by a shark while I was there, so I could not testify. So
To be
yeah.
fair, though, shark
But
attacks are like
Albert,
what, 5
it's
a
rare.
year? It's fine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
rare.
it's,
It's
it's
rare.
fair. It's fine.
But Albert, you are the shark. Jow.
Joe, yes,
Plot twist.
turns out Albert is the one who's been attacking people. Albert, tired of the same joke. We've been repeating it. That's the first Jow joke of 2023. Congratulations.
First Jow joke.
Real
Jow.
real quick before we move on, I just want to do a quick shout out because I have a cousin in Australia, and he apparently listens to the show religiously. So I'm shouting you out right now, Jason. Thanks for being a great listener, and here's for you. There you go.
Yeah.
Woo!
For Albert
Okay, I don't know
to feel
that.
on every day.
He's right now he's driving, and he just got excited and he's like, "Oh yeah!" And then like he might have derailed himself. I'm like, "Oh shit, what have I done?"
Jason, watch out for that truck! Oh, there's no truck.
We got you, Jason.
No, don't.
Watch out for that truck.
I would actually throw him off. I'm actually scared. It might actually throw him off.
Be careful, Jason. Don't listen to the show. Stop listening.
All right. I guess we should start with the weekly watches, but before that, let's plug a little for the councilman. So, yeah. Albert, you want to do the plug, I guess.
Yeah, follow us. If you want to follow us on social media, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Councilmen Show. That's one word, Councilmen Show. You can follow us there, and we provide updates on Twitter and Instagram for everything. We post fun stuff there as well. And on Letterboxd, that's where we post our in-show content, watches, and logs. That's on the Letterboxd page. So find us there. And you can also find the Councilmen Show on audio and on video. The video, obviously, on the YouTube channel, the Councilmen YouTube channel. And on the audio feed is also called the Councilmen. You can find us everywhere on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Castbox, Stitcher, Podbean. Everywhere it's called the Councilmen. It's all the same brand now. So make sure you find us there. Subscribe to us there. And yeah, let us know either in the YouTube comments or in the reviews what you think of the show. And if you ever got derailed while listening to us on the car. But yeah.
Remember,
you go.
watch out for the truck.
Just randomly say a person's name and say watch out for the truck and see if someone's like, hey, that was me.
There's like a 1 in a, I don't know, billion chance we actually save someone.
Billy, watch out, Billy. There's a Billy somewhere that's like, oh no.
Alright, so let's get started with our weekly watchies. Yeah, so Albert, you want to start first? You weren't here for the last 2 episodes, I think. Yeah.
Well, I was here last episode. I wasn't here last episode. I was here the episode before.
Okay. Yeah, you weren't here last episode. So why don't you go first?
Okay, so I mean, since last episode, I've seen a lot, but I'm gonna start off big with the last film of the draft that any of us have seen because it's not out in Indonesia. I don't think it's out in Japan. It was out in America, but I was not in America when it came out, and it wasn't out in Australia. And I was worried because the film Babylon, by the way, and I was worried the film was gonna because the film bombed. Apparently, no one watches it in theaters. Like box office wise, this film is doing total nothing. So I was really afraid by the time I come back to America, they stopped playing it in theaters already. I was like, oh, please don't, please let it still play because it's not out in Australia yet. But luckily enough for me, Babylon, which is my number 2 draft of the year, was still out, and I watched it. Um, I literally the day after I returned because I want to make sure I cover it for the show, and I'm not disappointed. It was so much fun. Uh, I drafted this. I drafted the film because of Damien Chazelle, director of La La Land, Whiplash, which I love La La Land, and like it have star Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt, Diego Calva, and those 3 main actors does amazing performance. They all have different character arcs, different characters that intertwine throughout the story, but their 3 performances are really good. I've never seen Diego Calva in anything before, but he's a star. He's really good in this film. And Margot Robbie, I this might be my second favorite performance of her, just below Aitanya. It might even surpass that over time if I think about it, because she is phenomenal in the scene and in the whole film. I mean, there's a particular scene that involves crying, which I thought she's really good. And what she plays a character who's an aspiring actress that wants to be in Hollywood. And this whole film takes place in like, I don't know if this is a golden age of Hollywood, but like 1920s, 1910s, basically like pre-talkies, the silent movie era, and it transitions. The whole film is like from the silent movie era to the talkies era, to the speaking era of Hollywood. So it takes place there, and so it's about like the transition of Hollywood during that time, about the actors, how they transition and everything, and directors and everything. So it's that interesting time that I am not familiar with at all. And yeah, Margot Robbie is fantastic enough in the film, as well as Brad Pitt. Uh, and yeah, there is a good amount, and by good, I don't have a concrete number, but there is a selected number of films which I think the musical score, is incredible to the point where it's better than the film as a whole. Um, an example which I would say is Black Panther. That's one, as well as I'm trying to think of another one on top of my head right now. That's like way better than the film itself. But yeah, Black Panther is like the easiest example because I think the score is incredible. Uh, and Babylon is another example. I think the film is really, really good. It's great. I love the film, but the score is on another level. It it fits the film so much, and it's so much fun. If you haven't, check out the score. There are 3 particular musical pieces that's available, I'm pretty sure, on YouTube and on Spotify, that I absolutely love. It's called, well, the opening theme, Welcome, is good. Manny and Nally's theme is good. Actually, 4. Coke Room, like Coke Room, it's good. And Voodoo Mama, that 4 music is like so much fun. It's literally, this film is literally Once Upon a Time in Hollywood meets Boogie Nights with the energy of Wolf of Wall Street. Like everything is on coke, and it's insanity. Like from the sequence to the editing to the energy of the whole film, it feels like I've I've never done drugs. I don't know what it's like to I don't know what it's like to be on cocaine.
Disclaimer.
But
Disclaimer,
I
I've
feel
been-
like I feel like what the experience of watching this film is similar to what it would be like to snort cocaine and be like in that
Ah.
crazy high intensity the whole time, because I was like,
So anyone in the
this
chat,
is
if you've ever
wild.
done cocaine, can you please confirm?
Is that how you feel?
Is this how?
Like,
Okay.
because I literally feels like, and this is probably not true, but I feel like Justin Hurwitz, a composer, before he records a scene, he starts cocaine and it's like da 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 da, and then like the director also does the same, like action.
There's just the whole crew, all the
The whole
staff.
crew, Margot Robbie,
the
Brad
entire
Pitt,
staff.
Diego Calva, they all do.
Even before the
does it.
movie, even before they start filming, when they're casting, you go.
Yeah, like the whole team. But yeah, everyone is pretty great. Tommy Maguire is good in his role as well. Funnily enough, well, I don't know if it's funnily, but the storyline involving him might be the one storyline that I didn't fully like I think it's important for the story, and I get it. I just thought it ruins the pacing of the film a little bit because it sort of derails this main story, even though it's part of the main story, but it derails it a little bit. But yeah, I think he's good in the role. I think he's really good in the role. And Arik, the scene that you talk about in the trailer of the short guy with the giant phallus, it is in the film, and it is very, very distracting. I did not remember. What happened in the scene is that there are two characters having a very important conversation in front of the screen, like focused, and then in the back of the screen,
Oh, and then there's
blurred out, is the
phallus,
short
like,
is the
phallus.
short dude
the
is a
phallus
short dude
outfit, isn't it?
jumping on a phallus
Oh.
pogo stick, like over and
Oh.
over. He keeps on falling down from the pogo stick and getting back up and jumping over because it's in a party. And I don't think I remember whatever they were saying in that scene because my brain was just looking at the guy falling off the pogo stick, the phallus pogo stick. I was like, what is this? So yeah, it's a really great scene that I'm pretty sure you won't miss at all. But yeah, the opening of the film, the party sequence, which is on a lot of the trailers, whoo, that is a lot of fun. That party sequence is a lot of fun to watch. So yeah, um, it's a good film. 5 out of 5 for me.
5 out of 5 for Babylon. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I checked
Very
the
nice.
ratings. They're kind of on the lower end, so this can be counted as underrated. I don't know.
I initially gave it a 4 out of 5, but thinking it more, I think it deserves a 5 out of 5 treatment because I had so much fun with it. And there's
Yeah, I'm
another.
looking at the Rotten Tomatoes, it's 55%. Even the audience
Yeah.
score as well is about 50.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
I don't. I think part of it might be the marketing, and why they don't do well in box office. I think the marketing is really bad for this film. And I don't know, maybe Avatar is part of the blame, because it's taking away from the box office for it. But I'm not so sure why it's doing so bad, because I know some people who really love it. I know some people who think it's mid. I guess it's
It-
long. It's a long film, so I get it if that might be a turnoff. But otherwise, I'm not too sure. I am
Oh,
curious
so
once you
man.
guys see it if it appeals to you or not.
It's
It's not
what's
on
the
the
name?
cinemas. I
Divisive
don't see
movie.
it.
Yeah,
I don't see it in my cinemas.
Arik, I don't think it's gonna come out, especially
Yeah.
with the fellas.
Well, there's also like a topless lady dancing
There-
next to an elephant, but
okay.
Well,
It's
fellas.
there is. Let me correct you.
Fellas.
Let me correct you. Eric. There is not a topless lady. There are
Several?
tens of topless lady
Oh,
in every other
multiple.
scene. So
Plenty,
yeah, it
okay.
might not come to Indonesia now that I think about it because of that reason.
It's not
Oh
gonna
yeah,
come
because
to
like they're
me.
gonna have to skip that entire intro scene, and I'm like, why is this? What is Albert talking about? This intro scene is ass.
It's not even in the
There's nothing.
intro. Like throughout the
Oh,
film, there are just sequence. But it's like again this
Like,
time.
why does Albert recommend me a 30-minute movie? I don't get it.
Is it a short? Why is it in
Yeah,
why is it in Best Pictures?
Yeah, for sure.
Is this a short?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. 5 out of 5 for Babylon. Yeah. We just have to wait for whenever it goes to streaming, I guess, Rick. If it ever will.
Yo.
Well,
I mean,
one day.
I don't want to. I don't want to watch skipped stuff. That's so.
Yeah.
Affecting.
Alright, let's jump to Arik, I suppose. What did you watch while I already
You already put it up. Just put it up again. You already put it up.
Oh, I wonder what it is.
You already put it up. I just
It was for the audience. It was for the audience.
All right. So what Kelvin put it up for the audio listeners because they didn't see it is I watched Ticket to Paradise. Why? Because well, technically that I did went to Bali, just like
Arik
the
did have a
film.
ticket to paradise.
No, I didn't buy a ticket to Paradise. I drove to Paradise. It was a
Oh.
2-day ride with a car from Bogor to there. It was
Is it
very
that
tiring.
Wait, you can drive to Bali?
You can. It's but
You
like I
can?
said, it's extremely. Yeah, no, you can. Yeah, like I said, it's
What?
extremely long. It's like,
I didn't
Is
know
there,
that.
is there a bridge connecting Java to Bali?
no, you have to take a ferry.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was like,
Oh, did
I
you
don't
mean like
remember
I
there
drove
being
on
a
the car all
bridge.
the way?
Yeah, I was thinking there was no
Oh,
bridge connecting that Java to Bali.
no. No, I wish there was, because Jesus, it takes so long. But yeah, I went to Bali, and as a result, I watched a Ticket to Paradise. Well, my holiday was nothing like it, as in depicted in the film.
Because you're in Australia.
um, yeah, that's probably because of that. Yeah. So wait. So yeah, Ticket to Paradise was it's an interesting film. It was like how do I have to describe it? It's like it's one of those like romantic films that I like weirdly watch on the TV at like 2:07 p.m. on a Saturday. That's what the
Yeah.
vibe I'm getting from it. It's pretty decent. See what did they did portray Bali properly? I guess they did. I mean, it's sand and beach. That's what there is to Bali, and palm trees.
What
All
a
beaches
trash
are the
shot.
same, bro. Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's the thing they got wrong. Actually, no. The movie was set in like some kind of private beach owned by the family of the
Ah,
guy. So like it makes sense if his beaches were like his beaches, the beaches were like much better.
they went
Because
to
the one I went,
Sanur.
no, Sanur beaches,
Oh,
that's where all the trash is.
oh,
It's a
okay, yeah.
very it's a glorified it's a glorified wasteland basically is what it is. That's why I kind of find it a little triggering when they're like, "I'm in the most beautiful place in the world." Well, the part you're in is very beautiful, I'll admit. Well, the fact that it's not even Bali, but most of Bali is just, ah, dude, it's riddled with filth. Everywhere I go, it just smells like trash, and there's like a mix shoe in every like corner. I don't know why.
Mixu is
But
ice
it's
cream
like an ice cream,
drink
yeah, it's like an ice
place, I
cream
guess.
drink place,
It's a
and
chain.
yeah, and now I felt like Peter Parker in Far From Homes. Like everywhere I go, I see that store, quite literally. But anyway, but anyway, I don't know why I have not much to say about it, because like I think like Dwayne, like Julia Roberts and George Clooney, like I don't know, it's like yeah, I mean like they're great actors, but like it seems like they've done this kind of film before. I can't recall exactly which ones. So it's like it's kind of
Yeah.
like their classic standard acting. So, it's not bad. It's pretty good. Um, what else is there? Oh, I thought I would understand a lot more of the Indonesian, but it seems like they like to speak in the more local dialect.
I
So it's
thought you're
not
part
Indonesian.
Balinese.
Yeah, I'm like 25%, so I understood about
doesn't even
25% of what they say.
yeah, I was just about to
And I
say.
don't even live there. I'm like, so I have no idea. I have no idea what they're on. So like sometimes like when they do like the wedding tradition ceremony, I'm like, the hell are you on about? I don't understand. I
Is this
I
what I have
can't
to do later?
I don't understand. Well, I don't have to do it later. I'm Muslim, dude. We have different
Oh,
traditions.
right. Yeah. That's true.
Don't understand what they're on about. Their depiction of arak was quite accurate. Yeah, it's basically jet fuel, makes people drunk very quickly. Um, their depiction of martabak was not very clear. I only saw George Clooney holding like a piece of like parchment paper with some things in it, which is
I
not
d-
how you eat martabak normally. Sometimes you just
Yeah,
eat it,
no. You
there.
just go with
Yeah,
your
well,
hands.
yeah.
sometimes people do it with parchment paper. Although
Savages.
one thing,
Savages. Yeah. Uh,
although one thing that I for some reason I have like a weird like Mandela effect in my head. For some reason, in my head during that scene, he pulled out the martabak out of his pants pocket.
yeah,
Really?
like suddenly he has it. Yeah, it's
I
suddenly
don't
like he
know
has
where.
it. Yeah, like I got it. Martabak.
Oh, what is this again? Like I was like, he just pulled it out of his pocket. Like,
Imagine how soggy his pockets are from all the chocolate sauce and peanut butter. Ooh,
Ooh.
sushi.
definitely is not the case. He did not pull it out of his pocket, but for some reason, I just thought of it.
I like no, you don't know. I like to believe he pulled it out of his pocket. You know
You
how
just got a pocket
video
martabak to go.
yeah, you know how like
Pocket
video game
martabak.
characters take something out of their inventory, suddenly like something just spawns in their hands like
Hmm.
that. That's what George Clooney did. Oh, and also they didn't have a pie susu there, so that was like a point
Oh,
off.
that's like the famous
Yeah,
delicacy?
milk.
No,
Yeah, delicacy of
treat.
Bali. It's like milk, like
Yeah.
very little milk pies. Comes in big boxes though. I have like 3 boxes at home. You want some, Gal? Yeah, of course you
Oh,
do.
sure, yeah, I like
Yeah, I'll bring some over. But yeah, still, I think overall it's a pretty decent romance film. I don't know, is it a rom com? I didn't feel much of
I
the
guess so.
com. I didn't feel much of the
I
com.
didn't.
I didn't feel much of the com. I feel mostly the rom. Uh,
So,
yeah. So I don't know. So I guess I just gave it like I think I gave it like 3.5 out of 5 on
oh,
Letterbox,
three
just
and a half. Okay.
because it's
I
like,
thought
yeah,
you're going.
it's just a Loki film.
Thought you're going to give it like 3. Since you didn't get the com, only the ROM.
I didn't get I didn't get yeah, I mean, I can't get over the fact, like, like
Oh my God.
Julia Roberts and George Clooney, like they're very good at their portrayal, so like that's an extra 0.5. The minus comes
True,
from
true.
the lack of pai susu and disgusting beaches. Well, they're in a different area, but specifics.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get over the specifics.
Also,
Yeah.
fun. I heard this from because I told this to my dad and my mom about this film. Because when I was in Australia, I found this Indonesian restaurant and they had martabak, and I just told them this whole story of this film and how the martabak scene.
Yeah.
And they mentioned, and I don't know if they mix this up with other stuff, but they mentioned like apparently they did film part of it in Bali, and it was during the pandemic, and something happened with the restrictions, so they end up moving half of their shoot to Australia. Apparently, that's what happened.
Oh, so that's
Oh,
what
it was
happened. So
oh,
they
it was
wanted
shot
to do it
during
in
that
Bali.
time. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess they wanted to do it in Bali.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All
Okay,
right.
that makes sense. Yeah.
So Abek, Ticket to Paradise 3.5 out of 5. Very neat. All right. I guess I'll jump to me. I watch RRR. I cannot do that.
Try it.
You really can't do it.
I can't do it. I watch RRR. Yeah, it's the Bollywood movie. I genuinely thought it was a meme when people rate this movie like really high. Like I see people giving it like a 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5 kind of thing. I thought it was just a meme, because it's like Bollywood movies. Turns out I was very wrong. This movie is insane.
I told you.
This movie is insane. It's like I think the movie is like 3 hours long or something, right? It's like
Mhm.
it got everything you want. You want musicals, you got them. You want crazy action sequence, you got them. You want romance, you got them. Romance, you got them. Betrayal, you got them. British people, yeah, they're there as well. You know,
Yes, this the staple of cinematic British people.
British British people colonizing staple of cinema right there. No, but literally, yeah, this movie got everything. They did, and then like, uh, uh I gotta say the opening sequence of like when they're saving a
It's
little
so
boy, that
bad.
was like insanity. I was if there's like a award for best opening scene before like the title screen appears, I think that would be it. It's just so over the top crazy action, and it works, like I really highly recommend anyone that doesn't watch RR to watch it. It's 3 hours long. It is pretty long, but it's like amazing experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, so I give this a very deserved 5 out of 5.
Very
Yeah,
good film there.
it's genuinely good. Yeah. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I think Albert watched this, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, same with you. It's the. I
Well,
think it is. I think it's
what
the
was the
most.
expectation going in?
I didn't have
Did
an
you expect
expectation at
anything?
all. No,
Oh,
because
okay.
I've never seen Bollywood films. Maybe I've seen a couple of scenes. I've never seen a full film. I've never had interest in it. But like this film,
Wh-
if
where'd
this
you
is a
heard it
taste of
from then?
what Bollywood film, huh?
Where'd you heard this movie from then? Where?
All of my friends talked about it.
Oh.
My friends watched it, and I also got a couple of Indian friends who absolutely love this film. So it's like in my radar, and all of my friends
I
love
see.
it. And I was like, "Is how good can it be?" And I have the same thing with you. I was like, "Okay, maybe it's just like crazy. It's just like a crazy thing. Maybe that's why." But then there is an actual emotional depth to the story, and I'm like, "Wow, huh."
Right?
I'm actually really, really invested. Plus, the scenes are like incredible. Like I've never seen anything like it. And I said this in my review, and I still stand now. This is the craziest film I've seen in 2022, and that says a lot because I saw everything everywhere all at once. So, yeah.
That's true. Yeah, Vic, you should watch this.
Mhm.
Like honestly, after watching RRR, I'm like, am I? Are we missing a lot of gems from Bollywood? I feel like we are. Maybe we need to explore more Bollywood movies. Yeah. So yeah, that's RRR. Incredible movie. Yeah. So let's jump back to Albert, I guess. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to take too much time because I know we got a lot to cover. So I'm trying to pick a film I I watched sometime between the last show. That's also sort of because I wanna keep in the theme of best of 2022. Trying to see which one that I'm not gonna bring up later, but I watch and I like. Um. Okay, I'll bring this up because I think this film is really really good. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is
Oh.
incredible.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
It the
yeah.
fa- I'm still stop motion just like amaze me every time like seeing it, especially seeing behind the scenes is so good, and the stop motion here is like really really good. And not only that, the story worked really well, and you might think, oh, story of Pinocchio, how else are they gonna there's gonna be the same thing. And yeah, it's very very similar. You misspelled Toro, it's one R by the way, Kelf.
Oh whoops.
Yep. But yeah, the story is similar. They add some stuff. I think is probably I'm not familiar with the original folklore, the story. Uh, but I'm pretty sure they took some stuff from the original story and adapted to this, and I think it really works. The funny thing is that this film have beats and storylines from the Disney's live action Pinocchio that didn't work there, but they do it in a different way here, and it completely works. Um, One particular thing that's not really spoiler, but if you don't want to know, just skip like 15 seconds. The in the They have a thing where Geppetto have a son that died, and in this film it works really effectively, and it doesn't work
That
at all in the live action Disney Pinocchio.
that that whole part of the sun dying thing, there was like equivalent to like Uncle Iroh from Last Airbender kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It works really well. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's so good, and I think the voice acting is perfectly casted as well. Ewan McGregor as Jiminy Cricket is pretty good, and yeah,
Yeah.
the voice cast of Pinocchio, who pretty sure is an unknown Gregory Mann. I thought he does the voice really good for Pinocchio, like cheery, like naive, you know, a person who's just born and trying to explore the world in one day. So yeah, um, a lot of fun. I absolutely love it. 4.5 out of 5.
4.5. Okay.
Mm.
Oh, all
Oh,
right. Avik, do you have another movie you want to talk about?
I do actually. I watched two films this week.
Okay.
uh, the first film of 2023 that I watch just so happens to be playing on the TV, and at least, well, I think Kelvin, what did you post something on Instagram saying that I watched Transformers, which was a complete lie?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
so I'm
thought it
not
was
gonna go.
Transformers.
It's no longer a
Yeah,
complete
what a
lie
lie!
because I
What
did.
a fraud!
No, it's not a lie anymore since I actually did. I watched Transformers.
The first
I
one.
watched the 2007 Transformers.
Okay.
It's okay. It's not a lie anymore. See now it works.
Woo!
Uh,
Yeah.
Transformers. um, yeah, no, I watched it on TV randomly. It was just playing, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, here, I'll watch it. I like Transformers. This film, I was actually surprised by this. Like that film, like aged extremely well. It's a 2007 film, but like the animations, like how the robots shift and all that shit,
Yeah.
still good.
Yeah.
So um, so I was like both surprised and not surprised by that. I'm like, yeah, no, Transformers has always been a cool film, but at the same time, like, damn, this was made in 2007. It was before Avatar was made.
Yeah, honestly, like
Yeah,
Transformers
2 years or whatever.
don't get enough credit for how well the
Yeah,
animation is for 2007.
yeah. To be honest, most people are just like, oh, look, Michael Bay, boom, crash, bang, ding, ow. That's the whole movie. I mean, technically, they're not wrong. It is the whole movie, but there's cool effects put in the
Oh,
simplicity of said film.
if you watch the behind the scenes of Transformer, the 2007 one, like
Mm.
they used a lot of practical explosions, like in the highway
Oh damn.
where they split
Not
the
surprised.
bus
It's
kind
Michael
of thing.
Bay.
Then they add
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
Transformers kind of thing. Yeah, they actually did use a lot of practical effects for it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why it's like that film is just like is genuinely impressive. And also, this is what I've noticed. In the beginning of this film, right? Sam, played by what's his name, Shia LaBeouf.
Hmm.
He was getting
Mhm.
his like new car. He was buying his new car, but which is like a Bumblebee. Apparently, the car, like when Bumblebee was in the what do you call it, in the used car shop thing,
Mhm.
Hmm.
the car he pulled up next to is the VW Beetle he was as in the 2018 film. Is what I've
Mm.
noticed. Like, there's a yellow Beetle beside. Like, wait, that's the exact same car from
Nice
the
Easter egg.
2018 one. Like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. They thought about it. They thought about it all the way back. Well, then again, 2018 was supposed to be like a prequel or something, but then they
Right.
rebooted.
Yeah.
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 So, but yeah, so that was like a interesting detail. So yeah, overall, I like the film. It's pretty cool. And also this was, since it's the first film, it hasn't been ruined by a bunch of plot holes. And what's that weird guy's name again? The big buff guy, Marky Mark. Yeah, it was before it was ruined by
Marky
him.
Mark.
I forgot his name. It's not Markiplier. Mark
Mark.
Wahlberg. Yeah, him. So yeah, decent film. Surprisingly, I checked the letterbox. That and Ticket to Paradise has the exact same score of 3.0. But I
So
gave it I gave it a 4 out of 5 because they were not set in Bali. I don't know.
okay.
That's good.
Okay.
No, I mean the film. I just find the film more entertaining. Is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
They're
All right.
not
All
set
right.
in Bali.
I'll say this about the film. Obviously, I think the visuals are good. The story, I think the first one is the only one out of the Michael Bay stuff that I genuinely like.
Agree.
Although it's been a while, I don't remember much of the story. Something with Allspark.
Yeah,
Something to
yeah.
do with the
yeah.
glasses.
Something to do with the glass. Something to do with an Allspark.
Something to do with
It's a
eBay. Yeah.
it's a MacGuffin. But
Uh,
the thing that I think is underappreciated is the sound design of the Transformers transforming. I
Mm.
think that sound
oh
the
yeah, yeah. They
Transformers.
made like a bunch of. I can't
Yeah,
recreate the
that
noise.
that the sound
Not Kelvin, that's
design
racist. That's
the
racist, Kelvin.
sound design of the sound design of the Transformers, and the sound design of Iron Man putting on his suit in the first
Uh,
film are some of
oh
the
yeah,
two
yeah.
best sound
All
design
those like
creation.
mechanical whirrings and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
sounds
is
That's
cool.
so good.
that's why I
Which
kind
is
of don't
one
like
thing
the
I
whole
missed
nano
from the
suit
Iron earlier.
Yeah,
like
the
the
nano suit is just
animated
like
Iron Man.
it just sounds
There's no
like
sound.
Yeah.
no, it's like
Like
like that's like it just
Yeah,
sounds
the
like
more
Chromebook that's
mechanical.
being crumbled.
Yeah. Right. The more mechanical
it sounds
sound of
so
like the
cool.
original Iron Man costume is so good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, like yeah,
kind
underappreciated
yeah,
too.
kind of sad
yeah.
that
But what
they
happened to
went
all
with
the
all the
mechanical
nano
shit? Yeah,
suit stuff now.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Albert. Before we're getting to, I'm going to do a speed round because I watched a lot of 2022 movies.
I did.
So
I did
before
too.
that, Albert, why don't you answer Katie Lynch first here? Albert, did you watch Way of Water yet? So give us your quick thoughts on that.
I did. Quick thoughts. Visuals, obviously fantastic. I think I like this more than the first one. I think the story is better. I like the world of the Navi and everything. Everything in the water is incredible. Um, I think the performance is good. The creature design is probably my favorite thing from this. I forget the name of the creatures, but like the big whale
I
creature,
don't remember either.
and
It's
all the
very
water,
similar to
All the
the
fish,
Black Panther
basically.
one.
all the
Yeah.
water creature are good, and yeah, I like it. I think the villain is meh because it's
Mhm.
spoilers. I guess everyone's seen it. It's the same villain as the first one. They just do the
Quatrich,
same
I
thing.
think his name.
Yeah,
But
Quartritch. So
but
Yeah.
blue.
interesting choice.
But
Um,
Blue.
but yeah, I really like it. It's definitely an experience. My experience of it though is definitely slightly ruined because the theater I watched it in was pretty shit. Not
Oh,
gonna
oh.
lie, it was a pretty. Um, it's in the middle of the city, so I expect the theater to be good. I watched this in Sydney, uh, but the theater is like it's a weird. The screen to seats ratio is weird, and by that I mean the amount of seats does not equal the size of the screen. It's like
Mm.
kind of a small screen, but there are so many seats, so it's like kind of small, and I sit in the kind of in the back. And the seats itself is also like the actual physical seats is like worse than anything in Indonesia, so that's kind of sad. So yeah, um,
But did it look something like this, just completely ripped
not
and
as bad as not as bad as yours, not as bad as yours, but there are the my I didn't pay attention to everybody else's seat, but my seats are definitely shredded before I even came there. So
Oh,
yeah, it's my experience definitely ruined. I don't know if I have time, maybe I'll check out the 3D because I'm curious. But yeah,
I watch in
it's
2D.
I watch it in 2D. I could not
Alright.
convince my family to watch it in 3D.
Oof. Alright, yeah. So how much you give this Way of Water, Bert?
I gave it 4 out of 5.
Alright, yeah, solid.
Mhm.
Alright, I guess I'll go back to me, but I'm just going to do a speed round here. Alright, so I watched Violent Night. That's a 3 out of 5. I was expecting John Wick kind of action or like nobody level action. I kind of get that, but not really. So yeah, 3 out of 5 for that. I watched Bullet Train. I think enough said about Bullet Train already. It's good. 4 out of 5. I watched the Banshee of Inishirin.
of
I
Ed
think I
Sheeran?
just
What?
I watched that
of
too
Ed
yesterday.
Sheeran. Yeah,
The
yeah.
Banshee of Ed Sheeran, okay.
That movie. Honestly, it's not really my type of movies. I give it a 3.5. But
I did
I
too.
just I just love the accent. I
Oh,
love the accent. Like they keep saying the F word, but with a with an E instead of a U. You know. They
fake in
back
that,
it.
fake in.
Yeah.
Fake, was it like an Irish setting? Is
It
that
is.
why?
It is.
Oh,
It is. It
okay.
is. That's why I love the accent. Like throughout,
Okay.
everyone having that accent, love it.
It's like Middle Ages Ireland, right? Not Middle Ages, I guess. Like
Is it
during the, it's not Middle
is
Ages.
it
It's like during the Ireland
civil? I don't know,
War.
war or something.
Yeah,
There's
the
like
war, the
civil war
war in
happening.
Ireland.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So that's
that's
a 3.5. Same for Albert, right?
there are
Is it?
funny moments. There are
Fair funny
definitely funny
moments.
moments. I've yeah in
Yeah.
the film. So
And then after that, I watched was this Triangle of Sadness. Ah, not my favorite. It's pretty okay. Still pretty fun. Like it's it's too damn long. It's like what 2 hours 20 minutes. The first and a half hour, it's like pretty much nothing. The story hasn't really starts yet. So yeah, that movie is pretty but still pretty enjoyable. So that's 3.5. And then I watch Kate Blanchett movie Tar. Um,
I
again,
gotta watch that.
not my cup of tea. 3.5. 3.5. I think her performance is great. The performance is great. The whole I don't know, like the whole plot and everything is also pretty good as well. But overall, it's just I don't know, not my type of thing. But At the end, though, something Arik would appreciate, out of nowhere. All right, Rick, out of
Yeah.
nowhere, this like last scene, before the credits, Monster Hunter.
What the
Huh?
fuck? What does that mean?
No, I swear to God. All right, last scene, a flag appears. I saw. Wait, isn't that the the Fifth Fleet flag? And then they went to the audience. They're all wearing Monster Hunter cosplays. There's a Kirin
What?
armor. There's a Gajalaka. There's an Anjanet
Did
armor.
you watch this? Is this the same film?
It is. And then they play the song, and then like there's like a narrator. So they talk about something. Are you ready for the new world, Fifth Fleet?
The
And then it
fuck?
just cuts credits. I'm like, what?
Oh, this was in the
Why is there
movie.
Monster Hunter? This
Was
is
it
in
Tar?
Tar. This Tar, yeah, Tar. That's like
Which
the last scene before the
for
credits.
context who anyone does who doesn't know, I haven't seen this, but someone can correct me. Tar is about like a composer, right? A music
Hmm.
composer. She plays a music composer. So yeah, Monster Hunter seems out of place about the based on this composer. So yeah.
Actually, to be fair
It's
though, Monster Hunter has a lot of
Good
composing
music.
music and all that shit.
Okay,
dude.
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Monster Hunter music's actually amazing. It's great. A
yeah,
lot
yeah,
of like
it's actually great.
orchestra
Yeah,
music as well.
but that
Yeah,
is a bit out of nowhere, weirdly.
it is out of nowhere. Like no one would have expect Monster Hunter
Nobody would
in
expect. But
Tar. No one.
I gotta watch this. I gotta
Like
watch
Arik,
this.
just watch. You don't have to watch the movie. Just go to the end. You'll see what I mean. Yeah. And lastly, out of oh yeah, I gave Tar a 3.5. Yeah. A lot of people give it like 4 or like 5, but yeah, no, not my type of thing. Good. So, and then lastly, I watched like an hour before the stream. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, a genuine surprise. Going in, like I mean, like before watching it, I checked the ratings right on Rotten Tomatoes. I was surprised, 96%. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do know people say good things about it, so I had like, pretty high expectation on this, and did not disappoint. The animations we talk about from the trailer on how it's quite different.
Mhm.
Love it, love it. I love the how they did the animations for those. It mostly happens in the action scene or like the chase scenes, but yeah. And then the whole thing with Puss. What's her name? Kitty. Yeah, Puss, Kitty, and like the villains. Yeah, they're all great. And then the ending of it. Well, I like the ending. I like the ending. So yeah. Um, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I don't know. I'm debating. Right now, I give it a 4.5, but it could turn into a 5.
Yeah.
The more I think about it. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of quick speed round for
This
weekly
is
watches.
uh two things that I can comment. I haven't seen it, but I do want to watch it. Two things I can comment is that this is one of the few years where the two DreamWorks film that they released, The Bad Guys and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, probably better than the two Pixar films that got released this year, Turning Red and Lightyear.
Oh,
Turning Red's
I
Pixar,
agree.
right? Yeah, Turning
I
Red's
think so.
Pixar.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
turning as Pixar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than the two Pixar films that was released this year. So yeah. And the second thing, Calvin, question. So I remember this because I thought it was so baffling a while ago. A review from IGN reviewed Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, saying that Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is the Logan, the movie Logan, is the Logan of the Shrek
Oh,
universe. Does
yeah.
that do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. That's a
Huh.
Logan.
Okay. Very interesting.
Like I love the villain. I love the villain of this one. Like I forgot if we see it in the trailer or not, so I'm not gonna go into it. But once you watch it, yeah. I like the villain and how they use him. Yeah. So I really recommend you guys to watch it. Puss in Boots.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the ending got me kind of excited. I don't know if they have plans for the future, but I don't know. Kind of excited for it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I guess that's that for weekly watchies. Mm-hmm. All right. So now let's get to the main topic, I guess, for this episode, where we talk about 2022.
Well,
So,
before,
uh,
well, yeah, we talk about 2022. The main topic of the show is obviously the best movies and shows of 2022. But before we get to that, we do wanna recap. If you remember, every year we do a draft.
right.
Well, if this is your first time, basically every year since 2020, since 2020, we've been doing a movie draft. Wait, is it? No, it's not 2020. It's 2021 because we didn't do it in 2020. But since
We only did it
2021,
last year, I think.
20. No, we did it 2 years ago.
We did.
Yeah, 2021.
Oh, right. Yeah,
2021.
I guess so.
2021 is 2 years ago, technically now, Calvin. Um,
2021.
yeah, so we do this since 2021. Basically, we draft movies, and basically at the end of the year, we use a calculation system to determine who drafted the best group of movies. And over the years, and by this I over the years, over the past 2 years, the counting system has changed a little bit. We've modified it a little bit, but basically we aggregate scores from Rotten Tomatoes, critics, and audience scores, not the percentage, the actual scores itself, letterbox scores, and IMDb scores. That is the four metrics that we took for this year's calculation.
We
As
removed
well as
Metacritic.
we remove Metacritic because Metacritic's rating does not make sense. So that is the four rating that we did, as well as we have a penalty system for films that did not get released. For every film that did not get released, we deduct. Where is it? We deduct 10% from the overall score. So that is that. And remind me, you guys. We agree not to. This will work for this 2023's draft, but for this year, we're not doing box office, right? We're not
Nope.
putting box office in
No, we're
consideration.
not. We're not.
Okay,
Oh,
because yeah,
we're
we
not.
That's
we
next.
we figured
That's this year.
halfway through the year, so it will apply to the 2023 draft. But for this year, so box office does not make a difference. So I have done the calculation, and I actually don't know who won, although I have a inkling
Come on. We
of
know.
who I think won.
We know who won,
So
Albert.
I'm gonna share. This is just a recap. Just a recap for everyone in terms of films that were drafted, real quick. So I drafted Across the Spider-Verse, which obviously didn't came out. Babylon, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 didn't came out. Lightyear, Don't Worry Darling, Killer of the Flower Moon didn't came out. Fableman's Nope. Calvin, you want to recap yours real quick?
All right, who wants?
Yeah, I had an amazing draft. The Batman, started off strong. The Flash, Creed 3, Batgirl, oof. Wonderland Wild, Amsterdam, Disappointment Boulevard, and Next Goal Wins. Alright, what about you?
I had great films actually. Doctor Strange, Multiverse. I mean, that was okay. Mid, Glass Onion, Knives Out Mystery, good. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, decent. Jurassic World Dominion, ass. Turning Red, yeah, that's good. Blonde, that's ass. And then Unbearable Weight and Avatar: The Way. Those two movies were given by Kelvin, by the way, and they got
You're
really
welcome.
great.
That is
And
true.
they got really great. Like what do you call it? Reviews, dude.
You're
That was-
welcome. You're
That was
welcome.
part.
Yes,
That was
please.
part of a trade.
That was part of the
Uh,
trade, yeah.
We have a trading system after the draft is over, and yeah,
Calvin,
Kelvin traded Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent and Avatar 2 for Disappointment Boulevard. And Disappointment Boulevard didn't came out yet. It's coming out next year, so it's eligible for 2023. But yeah.
Doesn't matter anymore, Albert. Yeah, and lastly, Teguh, he drafted Devil in the Nile, Thor: Love and Thunder, Top Gun Maverick, The Northman, Pinocchio, the Zemeckis one, Black Adam,
Yep.
The Killer, and Strange World. Yeah, so we know who wins. Albert, just show the results.
So yeah, again, this is the if you're on the video on the YouTube, I have the calculation right here on screen if you want to see the numbers manually, and this was inputted. I don't think it makes much of a difference, but I input all of these the day after New Year's directly. So let me just remove. I put the bonus for the box office, But I can just remove that real quick. But yeah, if
Okay.
you're curious for the box office, what would have happened? Ariq have 4 of the 5 top box office grossing film. Teguh have the number 1 most grossed, which is Top Gun Maverick. But yeah, out of the group, I believe this is Way of Water, the second highest grossed, and I think it's what is it? I think it might be it. I think it's Wakanda Forever, Jurassic World, and Doctor Strange, I believe, or so. But yeah, Arik got 4 basically. But anyway, let me remove that, and to reveal the winner,
Ariq.
let's do that. Boom. So last place. This is the first time I'm seeing this. Is the
Last
first
place.
time I'm seeing
Last
this too.
place.
Last
Boo.
place.
Kelvin Yohanes. Yay. Yeah, no crap. Like what? 8 movies, 5 didn't come out. Ayo.
Minus 50%.
Ayo.
So
What?
if
What?
without the penalty, you would have came third. But with the
I would
penalty,
have.
you came last place.
I mean, yeah.
With the
crap.
overall score of 6.44. The third place is oh shit. Okay, the third place. I thought I would have been third place. I legit would have thought I was in third place. Teguh, third place. One of his films didn't came out. The Killer. He is 6.53. I am second place, 6.82 minus 30% because 3 films didn't came out, and Ariq winning 7.06 overall score.
I was brought down by blood and world dominion. Let's go.
Yeah, what is your worst? Yeah, your worst film overall is Blonde and World Dominion. What is the worst film overall? I'm curious.
I think I have the
Worst
worst
film?
film.
No, actually,
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio is the
Pinocchio
worst.
is the
Oh,
film
right.
over here.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I forgot.
Pinocchio is the worst.
Pinocchio is the worst.
Right,
The
yeah, I
best,
forgot.
the best aggregate. Top Gun Maverick is up there. That's what
I like how
8.65.
Well, that's pretty cool though. So Teguh has the best film and the worst film of the year.
Yeah,
very much,
the
yeah.
worst film.
Balance
Yeah,
it
yeah.
out. He balanced
He
it
got
out.
one.
He has Top Gun Maverick and Pinocchio, the wrong Pinocchio, not the Del Toro one. The wrong Pinocchio.
Like Pinocchio just eats up the
Yes.
Top Gun Maverick bonus.
I think that's actually, yeah. If Teguh used the Del Toro one, he would have won.
He would have
Yes,
been
if-
second place.
If we include the box office bonus, Arik would have won by a
Mile.
huge margin.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, this is why
Yeah,
this is why we
100%.
didn't put the bonus in.
Yeah,
that
because we
This
drafted,
year
we
we'll
drafted
put it
without, we drafted without the
Yeah.
logic of the box office.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah,
putting it into
yeah.
consideration.
Somebody mentioned it like more than half a year passed, and we're like, you know what? That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean-
alright, to recap. Kelvin last place, and then third place is Teguh, second place Albert, and first place is Ariq by
Yeah, I won
quite a
this
large
year.
margin.
What's the previous winner? Was it Albert? No, it's
Previous
Kelvin,
winner
yeah.
was Kelvin was first.
Yeah.
Kelvin,
was-
and then
I was
then you.
second, and then you, and then Teguh. So
Teguh,
I am
yeah.
consistently second place so far.
I've
Maybe
seen
next
the
year is
peak
my year.
and I've seen the bottom. So now I'll see the mid.
But now I want. Okay, now that I'm on top, yeah. Now I want to see the bottom.
I've seen
Yeah.
the highest of the high, and I've seen at the lowest of the low.
So not
5
gonna lie
movies didn't
though,
come out.
I want to be the lowest, not because 5 movies didn't come out, just because the movies I picked were genuinely
Right?
bad.
I
Yeah.
would rather have like all my movies come out, but it's all bad, rather than 5 of them not
Yeah,
coming
rather
out.
than 5 not coming out. Yeah. Yeah.
It's even worse.
no.
Yeah.
So Arik,
Uh,
would you like to say a speech for your win here?
I would like to dedicate this win to my unreformed rabbi, Kelvin Yohanes.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
He literally gave me 2 films. Wait,
I
take me
help.
back to
I
what?
legit help you win.
Wait, yeah, unbearable weight, 7.45. Avatar Way of Water, 7.95.
Dude.
Jesus. That's all because of Kelvin.
And you did not want Way of Water.
I
I
did
had
not
to
Way of Water
force you
because
to
I
take
didn't.
it.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't believe the Way of Water would be good because you know how sequels are, right?
I
That's
had
why I
to
didn't pick
force
Top Gun
Ariq
Maverick.
to take the win here.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
thanks Kelvin for those two scores.
you're
Yeah, the
welcome. You're
movies that
welcome.
I really like, actually no. Yeah, I was like convinced Blood might. I don't know. I was like playing gotcha with Blood. It could be very good or
I think
very
you're
bad
convinced
movie,
with
and
Yeah.
then
multiverse.
I was very convinced with Multiverse, but it went yeah, it's okay, it's mid. And the Minion, yeah, it was. I knew it was gonna be bad from the start, but at the same time, I was like dinosaurs.
I had the
I have hopes
strongest
for
start
Dinosaurs.
Dominion.
though. I had
Huh?
the
I had
strongest
hope.
start with the Batman. It's
Yeah,
like
the
yeah,
Batman was a
so
great
I mean,
movie.
good.
that was the first film that came out. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
When
Yeah,
the
it
Nile
was.
was there
and it
for
was
this
really
movie.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
literally, you have the Batman is good, and then Wendell and Wild is mid, and then Amsterdam is shit, and that's all you got. And then you got
Like, can you go down
minus
to
minus.
I
Strange World? I was like convinced, like, oh, I think Strange World's gonna be good, but then it became okay. I heard
it's
the
pretty
reviews
okay.
were a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
All right.
Damn.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's that for last year's draft. So
Yep.
yeah, stay tuned for next week where we do the draft for 2023.
I'm super excited. I'm super excited.
Yeah, pretty excited for that too. Hopefully, you know, I don't have 5 movies that don't come out again. That
Yeah,
didn't come out. Hopefully for all of us, the movies come out just maybe better
yeah.
to
To
come
be
out
fair,
than
this was done during like a lot of the films were filmed during like peak pandemic, so
yeah, that's
a
true.
lot of
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of stuff were unexpectedly moved back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now that's over. Now that my nightmare is over with that draft, I don't have to see that anymore ever again.
Yeah. Yes.
Now let's talk about the best things that comes out in 2022. So now let's start with our best or favorite movies of 2022. Yeah. Um. So Albert, you want to start first? No,
Yeah, I
actually,
can
Arik, you
start.
start first.
Oh,
You
yeah, I
win.
can
You won
Oh,
the
start.
draft.
oh, I want to draft, so I start first. Okay, well, I need to mention I didn't watch a lot of like the best movies. Like for example, RRR was 2022, right? So I didn't watch
It
that.
is.
2022.
Yeah, I didn't
You
watch
watched
that. I didn't
Dominion.
watch. That was pretty bad. I didn't watch. What is it? Everywhere All at Once as well. So yeah, that didn't make it. And just making sure, like people are like, where are these movies in? Because I didn't watch it. Weird like that. Should I
Yeah.
start
Okay.
from like worst to best or?
Um.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Well, are we doing top? We're all revealing our top
I
fives,
did
or
I
are we
did a
are we
top
doing top
five.
10?
Oh, I
Okay.
did
Top
a top
five,
five
sure.
because that's what you wrote.
Okay. Yeah, I think
I
top
have a top
five we can
10
do.
if you
We can
want.
do from.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, I have both available, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
we should do it from the bottom to the up.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
So
Sure.
I'll
So
start
All
and
right.
and
from.
So
yeah, and yeah,
from
like
number 5.
to add to Arik real quick. Yeah, there are obviously some films that all of us still miss. So if it's not there, maybe we just don't like it, or if we missed it. But yeah, everyone have
Yeah.
different tastes. So yeah, we'll see how
Yeah,
it
yeah.
goes.
So I missed some of the good films. So yeah. So from number five, it's Unbearable Weight. Again, thank you for Kelvin for giving me that.
You're welcome.
Excellent
You're
film.
welcome.
For
You're
the
welcome.
win. Yeah, very fun film. And number four is again thanks to Kelvin, The Way of Water.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Okay. Yeah. And the third one, not thanks to Kelvin, because I actually did pick this one, is Glass Onion.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I really like the film. The second one is The Batman. At least Kelvin's list made it in here.
Yeah.
And the first one is Top Gun Maverick, which is from Teguh's list. Oh, look at that. Nothing from Albert. Ah, I do not appreciate Albert. No, it's more
I
like I
didn't
didn't
create
watch. I
anything
didn't
with
watch his
you.
films. I
No,
didn't
yeah.
watch any of his most of
Oh,
your films, like the good ones, like Fablemans, for example. I didn't watch that.
huh.
Yeah.
Why those?
Interesting.
Wait, so Fred asks, well, why those
Yeah. Yeah.
particular
You
films?
gotta explain a little bit, Arik.
Okay, well,
This is
Unbearable Weight, that was like great fun. Was just like great fun movie. It was one of the best comedies I've seen since Tropic Thunder. That's what I said about it before.
Oh
Way of
yeah.
Water is a cinematic spectacular. Sometimes I forget what reality was. When I exit the cinema, I was like, "Ooga booga, where am I?" Was very yeah, and plus.
Where am I?
Ooga booga, where am I?
Oh my god.
Third, Glass Onion. I like the whole like what is it, like the setting and
Mystery, I
all
guess.
the story and the mystery aspect of it. Yeah, and I guess I quite like the twist. I'm not so sure. I'm still actually don't even know if I think Glass Onion is better than the first one. It's still debatable. The Batman. Well, it was a very cool film. We all have to admit that. Very cool, very fun, even though it was quite long. And the first one is Top Gun Maverick, because Tom Cruise airplanes and that's all
Yeah.
there needed. That's all there is needed for a good film, is it? Oh, and they have a decent soundtrack as well. So yeah, there you
Oh
go.
Alright,
yeah.
alright. Uh, I'll just go to me first because pretty much I have pretty much the exact same taste as Avic, just different placement.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my number five, unbearable weight of massive talent. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean it's a crazy fun movie. Nick Cage and Fredo Pascal in there, which is great. Love them. Um, and then number four, I have Glass Onion. Yeah, again, I don't know. I find the first Knives Out and this one to be like equal level of greatness. And yeah, I really enjoy Daniel Craig's performance there as was it Benoit
Benoit Blanc.
Benoit Blanc.
Benoit
Benoit
Blanc.
Blanc.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um. Yeah, I really like the murder mystery there and how it concludes. I guess. Yeah. And then number three, Avatar: The Way of Water. Really enjoyed the world of Pandora. Um. Yeah. Really I'm excited for the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the way of water, the world there is just amazing. Really like that. And then number two, I have Top Gun Maverick. I wasn't expecting to like Top Gun Maverick that much because I'm not really into all this military flying stuff, and I don't really watch Tom Cruise either.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't watched Mission Impossible.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I wasn't expecting much, but then like, this movie is intense. For a movie not really having a villain, this thing is intense. With the high speed, low altitude stuff that's happening. Yeah. And then number one, of course, as Katie Lynch mentioned in the draft last year, I'm a DC shield, so number one is Batman.
Batman.
Yeah. Nothing more I should add. It's the Batman.
Is the
Why is it
Batman.
number one? It's the Batman.
Is the
I
Batman.
mean, Batman's son performance is great there. Really like that. Yeah. Albert, how about you?
Yeah, so my top five, somewhat similar as you guys, I guess, but kind of different as well. The number five is the newest addition to the list, Babylon. It made it to the number five
Mm.
spot. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
mentioned in weekly watches, I think it's just so much fun, and like the performance is so good, and like the music is so good, and there are just like there are scenes which I would gladly rewatch, just because it's mesmerizing and hilarious at the same time, and like really well crafted. Um, but yeah, like disclaimer, previously before Babylon, it was the Fablemans. Fablemans is on my top five. It's number six. It got bumped down one level. And like if Babylon is like, again, I've never done drugs, but this is what my understanding. This is my understanding. This is my understanding of it. Okay. My understanding of if you smoke weed is that you get like very relaxed, right? That's my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So if you watch Fablemans, you're smoking weed and you're like, wow, that is beautiful stuff. And then when you watch Babylon, you got smoke coke and you're like amped up and you're like, whoa, that is amazing. So that's Babylon. Both of them are very good masterpieces of both films about films. Just one of them is more amped up, and that is more of my like energy that I like. So
All right.
Babylon
All
number
right.
five. Number four. Earlier in the year, it was number one for the longest time. It got bumped down. Maybe if I rewatch it, it will go back up again. I just haven't seen it since it came out. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Really good film. Really emotional film. Great. The three main leads are so good. Michelle Yeoh, Stephanie Sue, Stephanie, I believe his name is Sue. I hopefully I'm not mispronouncing it, and Ki Hui Kwan. The three main leads are incredible. The whole plot is batshit insane, and there's lots of great emotional aspects of great moments, which we'll get to. But yeah, overall, just incredible film. Never seen anything like it at all. Number three, maybe there's a little bit recency bias here, but I just had so much fun with this film, and I was hooked since the very beginning. It's Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. This film was so much fun. I thought it's hilarious. I do like it more than Knives Out, I think, but again, I have to rewatch Knives Out. Um, the cast is so good. The cast is really good. And yeah, Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc is good. There's like a meme going around of the scene where he's like, "It is so dumb," and then Kate Hudson's like, "It's so dumb that it's brilliant." And I'm like, "No, it's just really dumb." That scene, I thought that's a good scene. But like, there's so many good scenes, and the cast is great. But yeah, it's a good murder mystery. Who done it? Lots of fun. Very cinematic. I'm sad some of you will never experience it in a big screen because I think it looks really good in the big screen. But yeah, that's my number three. It's just a really fun time. Number two, Top Gun Maverick. Similar with Kelvin, I had no expectations for this one. I was surprised how good it is. The fact that it's like top number one box office, everyone still keeps on watching it. It's so good. It's not just a good summer movie. It's not just a good feel good movie. It's just a good movie as a whole, a good sequel, good performances, good storyline, really gets you emotional. Um, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun and really well crafted from beginning till end. This is definitely the definition of a cinematic spectacle. I'm glad it came out in theaters, and I'm glad that in the beginning of the film, Tom Cruise is like, I don't know if there's a pen in Indonesia and Japan, but Tom Cruise in America is like, "Hey, thank you for coming to theaters to watch Top Gun Maverick the way it's deserved to be seen in the big screen." I'm glad I got that one-on-one interaction with Tom Cruise in the cinema. But you know, it's a
Albert bonded with Tom Cruise, man.
did that happen? Did that happen in Indonesia and Japan? Is there
No,
is there
I
like a
didn't see.
recording of Tom Cruise?
I didn't see that when I was watching it in the cinemas. No.
Okay,
Nah, yeah.
that's fair. But yeah, there's that in Top Gun Maverick. Ironically enough, little side note. Apparently, they did the same thing for Babylon, where the recording of Margot Robbie saying like, "Hey, thank you for coming to the cinema to watch Babylon as the way how it should be watched in a packed theater." And then someone in the theater record that, and then pan to the audience, and the seats were empty. And I was like, "Ugh, yikes!" Unfortunate.
Yikes,
Um,
yikes.
Unfortunate.
but yeah, anyway, that happened. But yeah, Top Gun Maverick, really good. And number one of the year for me, RRR.
Mhm.
Again, I've never seen anything like it. Everything is so good. The main two performances are incredible. I want to shout them out. I want to get the name right here. Um, the one who plays the two leads are N.T. Rama Rao Jr. and Ram Charan. Hopefully, I'm not mispronouncing both of your names, but they are fantastic. So many great scenes, which I will get to because we have a segment to talk about favorite scenes. But again, batshit insanity, so much fun. 3 hours fly by, and yeah, just great stuff. Is all my films over 3 hours long?
Could be.
How long is Top Gun Maverick? RRR is over 3 hours. Top Gun Maverick is 2 hours 11. I can never mind. But yeah, everything everywhere all at once. I'm pretty sure it's 3 hours, and Babylon is 3 hours. So yeah, yeah, that is my top five.
Very nice,
Wow.
very nice.
Long films.
It
Albert.
It helps that when I watched Top Gun Maverick, like a movie before that, I did watch the original Top Gun first.
Mhm.
You know,
Mm.
so all the whole thing about Goose kind of like, oh, all right, this makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calvin, you said you have a top 10. Do you want to run by your top 10 real quick, or do you want to save it for later?
Yeah, I can do it real quick right now. So
Mhm.
yeah. So was it? You already know my top five, right? So number 6 is Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio, and then
Mhm.
number 7, Prey, and
Okay.
number 8, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Maybe you have to rewatch that.
Mhm.
But yeah, right now it's 8. Yeah. Number 9 is The Menu. I really liked it. And
Nice.
number 10, The Fablemans. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Albert.
Nice. I have a top 10 as well. Yeah, set my top 5. Number 6 is Fablemans, as I mentioned. Number 7 is Prey. So we have that the same, Kelv.
Nice.
Number 8 is The Menu. That was a big
Mm.
surprise. That was not on my radar at all, but I absolutely adore that film.
Same. Yeah.
Number 9 is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Okay.
And number 10 is one of the films that I watched recently. Did not mention in weekly watches, but I just watched it this past week as well. Cha Cha Real Smooth, which I don't know if you guys remember. And I think in the live chat, several people say Cha Cha Real Smooth as well. It was a lot of people mention it, compared it to Coda because it was released by Apple TV. It was picked up from a film festival, and it's a feel good movie. And it is definitely a feel good movie, and it's pretty good. So yeah, I recommend if you wanna watch a lighter film, and I think it's on a shorter end as well. A lighter feel good movie. Cha Cha Real Smooth is pretty nice time. So that's my number 10.
All right.
This is the first year since 2020, because I think 2020 didn't have a good year for comic book movies. But this is the first year since 2020 when I don't have a comic book movie. Which I guess is not that long. It's like 2 years ago. Now that I say it doesn't sound so impressive.
2 years. 2 years is a very long time, Albert.
The
Like
Batman.
last year, I have like 3 comic book movies in my top 10. In the
To be fair though, 3 years
Shang-Chi
ago,
and No Way Home.
comic book films were they were better.
They were
Yeah.
better.
they were just
Yeah.
better.
It was like 20.
Hey,
Because
can
like 2020, we had like Wonder Woman 1984, and it was shit
Okay,
show.
that was not better.
Good
That's
thing
not
Teguh is
better.
not here. He heard 1984 and he will get triggered.
Actually, yeah, speaking of Teguh, can I say his top 5?
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay.
Teguh is the top 5. I forgot about that.
Right. I want to say Teguh's top 5 in order from 5 to 1. Number 5 is the Batman. Okay. Now you're not gonna believe this. Okay. Number 4, Thor: Love and Thunder. I think it's biased from his draft.
I think it's biased.
Also,
It's
can I-
biased from his draft.
Can I say this? I have a feeling Teguh did this last minute, or maybe he doesn't. but also the fact that he doesn't have Letterbox, I think, hurt him, because he have to look back through his whole year without have. Because I don't think he have a Ariq have a notepad before he starts plugging stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know if Teguh have it, but I think this hurt him a little bit because there are maybe some stuff that he forgot that he watched this year.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
true.
it-
So he's a
And
little
with
bit.
Letterbox, it makes me so easy to look back. So yeah,
To be
Yeah,
honest, the way
same.
Teguh rates movies is how he remembers it. So I think it's just like
right?
this is how well
Yeah,
he
pretty
remembers
much.
something versus how bad he does.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
Love
his
and
top
Thunder,
5
yeah.
is just how much of the movie he can remember.
Yeah, so yeah, and on number 3, it's Avatar. Wow, Way of Water.
Wow.
Avatar. Wow. Second one is okay. To be fair though, I'll allow him for this. It's No Way Home. I know it's a 2021 film for most people, but for Japanese people, it is a 2022 film. It was released on January 2022 in Japan.
Yep.
So that's the
same.
second one, and the first one is Top Gun Maverick. It's probably not biased. I mean, I know it's a dust list,
No,
but
Top Gun
I
Maverick
put
is
it
so
on
good.
number
It's
1.
actually
Top
good.
Gun Maverick is good. It's actually good.
It's
yeah.
actually
So
good.
yeah.
Like it somehow even appeals to me.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So yeah,
bet
that's a
Teguh put
I'm
the
pretty
Batman as number 5 because he remembers the one scene with the engine sounds.
yeah. Actually, yeah, no, I just realized something. Like Top Gun Maverick, like I watched that in my class, and there were like a bunch of people who were like much younger than me. They were like 19, 18 years old. And they like it. Like I thought this was like an old man film.
I think it's. I'm not surprised if this Top Gun Maverick and maybe Way of Water is a lot of people's favorite film of the year. I think
Mhm.
those two are probably like the most wide appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both good stuff. So yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
So yeah, that's Teguh's top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the good top 5.
What film is there? A film that's in all of our top 5?
What from Top Gun?
Is Top
Top
Gun is
Gun?
probably the only one. Yeah. I think that's that makes total sense. Because
Top Gun, I
Yeah.
think.
Teguh didn't have
Albert
Glass
doesn't
Onion.
have Albert doesn't have Way of Water, right? In his top 5.
I do not. Way of Water is my number
Oh.
17 of the year.
No,
okay.
he doesn't.
I think that's it. If only Albert put Batman in.
Yeah, if Albert put Batman today.
Batman is
Yeah.
number 12. I gotta
Okay.
rewatch it.
Close. Close.
Yeah.
If you're curious, what's number 11? That is Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. It beats the Batman for me.
Chip
I
and Dale
thought it.
beats Batman. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. That film was an experience. It was so much fun. The
Chip
Uncanny
and Dale
Valley.
beats
My
Batman.
11th is Weird Al. Weird
Wow. Okay.
Al Yankovic story, and number 12 is Chip and Dale.
Oh wow.
Weird Al, man. That movie is insane. All right. So yeah, that's our favorite movies of 2022. So yeah. I guess now let's go into another like overall favorite. First, let's go to the favorite series now of 2022. Um, I don't watch a lot of series, honestly, this year. Outside
Yeah.
of the MCU stuff, because kind of want to cover
Mhm.
that. Um, but yeah, I gotta say, I guess I really enjoyed Cyberpunk. I really enjoyed Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Um, yeah, the story itself, I think, it's pretty basic, but I really like the characters, the world, the just the style, I guess, of Cyberpunk. I really like that, and the action scenes as well. It's really nice. It's really fun to watch. Yeah. Uh, how about Eric?
I would have to go with a House of Dragon. House of the
House of
Dragon.
Dragon.
Yeah, so it's actually quite cool. The story's like, pretty decent. I just like the fact that Albert's favorite episodes has incestuous
Every
relations.
time, Albert.
Every
Good
time Albert says the best
episodes.
episode. I'm
Every
taking it out
time,
of
Albert.
I'm taking it out of context, okay? But yeah, and yeah, I mean, there's even a lot of dragons in there, like, that's what I came
The
for.
dragon did incestuous stuff as well.
I don't even know what their relations are to which dragon, so you will never know. You know what? We'll never know. But yeah, good series overall. So yeah, that's epic. So Albert.
All right, Albert.
Yeah. Well, you guys only list one, so I'll start with my
Oh,
main favorite
I
because you
was
only
going to
watch
go
one.
more. No, I was
Okay.
going to go more. Like after each of us go like
Oh, okay,
once,
okay. So
Yeah, yeah.
we're going with our favorite first, right?
Yeah,
So my
yeah.
favorite, I think it's between two, but I think I've decided that by a slight margin, Stranger Things season 4 might be my favorite show of the year.
I
I
honestly
think
forgot that was this year.
it came out in July. Uh,
I forgot.
Hmm.
it's a really good show. We talked about it. I don't know how much we talked about it on the show, in the Councilmen Show, but it's a really good show, really good season. Um, Everything with Vecna is pretty great. Editing with the ending with Eddie Munson's arc. Everything rated to max is fantastic. The California storyline of the season is kind of weak, but everything else is like fantastic stuff, and I love it.
the Basically the group with like was it Nancy, Joe,
Mm,
that
yeah.
group
Yeah,
with
the
Eddie.
Hawkins, the
That's the
Hawkins
best
group.
group. The
Hawkins
Yeah, the
Hawkins
group,
group
yeah,
is
Hawkins.
the
is my
best
favorite.
group.
The
Yeah,
Hawkins
yes,
group
the
is
best
so
group.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
The
the
end will
whole
be like what's his name? David Harbour's character.
The Russian team.
The Russian team, yeah, and then
Yeah, the Russian
California
team.
team the
Yeah.
last.
The only good thing about the California team, and okay, maybe not the only good thing, but the one thing that I remember is there is a sequence where their house was invaded, and there is this one guy who I think is a government official who was like very calmly no scoping and shooting everyone, and he's not even hiding from the fire while the house was invaded. He was just like shooting everyone very calmly, like just walking casually. And it's like this guy is a badass. He's not hiding from the fire. He's hitting everyone without scoping. What is this guy?
He knows he's the main character.
I would never see him again after that scene. But yeah, Stranger Things season 4, so good, and yeah, the running up the hill scene still give me chills. Absolutely, I love it. So yeah,
Nipple chills.
Alright.
No.
Nipple chills.
nipple chills are involved. Yes, so
Are involved.
there
Yeah.
there is a yeah there is. I'll talk about another scene that gives me nipple chills in the next round.
All right, sure, yeah. I was gonna say Stranger Things as well, I guess. But I guess after Stranger Things, Wednesday. I really like Wednesday. the whole cast is fun to watch. Jenna Ortega as Wednesday. Mm, perfect, I would say. And then the supporting cast as well, Enot and friends. They're great. And the whole story is just fun to watch. Really easy watch, I would say. Yeah, I think Albert's watching it now, right?
Yeah, I'm double checking what episode I am. I don't know if I agree with the really easy watch. The pacing is
Really?
kind of slow. The pacing is kind of slow in that show for some reason.
Okay, I don't remember too much about the
I
pacing.
I feel like I feel like it takes a while for me to complete an episode and whatnot. But yeah, I'm only 3 episodes in, so I still have a while to go. Um, and yeah, 3 episodes in already feels like it takes a while for me. Um, but I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing so far. I'm never big. I was never big with the Adams Family to begin with. Um, but I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing so far. So yeah, I'll definitely
Uh,
listen.
yeah, I really like the Adams Family movie. So going to this Wednesday series, I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Arik, you have another
You
series you
guys
want to talk about?
already mentioned the others like series
The good
I
ones.
most importantly completed, and yeah, the good ones, which is yeah, season 4 Stranger Things and Edge Runners. So there's nothing really more I can add on top of that. I haven't finished what is it, Rings of Power and Andor still. Rings of Power is a bit too long. I don't know. Maybe I should pick up on Andor because I heard Andor's like pretty good. Speaking of which, that's
Yeah.
the Goose favorite one. That's what he put on.
Yeah, he put Andor as his favorite.
Actually, no. What he put on is I don't recall watching any TV shows, even though we've discussed, even though half our episodes is discussing TV shows from Marvel. And then he's like, and then Albert's like, "What about Andor?" Oh yeah.
I wonder if his brain directly went to like actual cable shows and he's like, I don't watch any cable shows.
I don't watch any cable shows.
What NHK stuff did I
It's
watch?
weird. It's weird. Okay, now it's kind of weird because technically we are not watching. We're watching shows, but they are not television shows because they're streaming shows, right?
No.
Yeah,
But
they're
we still
streaming
Yeah.
call it
shows, but we
TV
still call them
shows.
TV shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like a weird thing. But
I still call it series.
Series.
Call it series.
series, yeah.
Actually, actually, Carl, how about technically animes are TV shows? Like, is there any other animes you watched this year that is
Here's the
of this
thing.
year?
I've been reading a lot, not watching a lot.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
do know Chainsaw Man, it's like booming right now, and I've already
All
read
right. Yeah,
them,
that's
and
2022. Yeah, I haven't watched that.
I do plan to watch it. But yeah, I already know story for it. I just want to watch it for the animation. Chainsaw Man, really good. I think. And then what else was there? A Bleach. This is the final season, the final arc of it. I watched the first episode and I'm like, I need more. But then I'm waiting for it to end so I can binge watch it. You know how anime goes. You don't want to
Yeah.
end on a cliffhanger.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Outside of that, I don't really know. That's the only two that
Yeah.
I genuinely want to watch.
Yeah. I was just bringing it up because like there was animes I tried starting watching and then I just kind of got too busy and I kind of just stopped. So I'll pick those up later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Albert, you want
Uh,
to add?
I
Yeah,
don't want to
my
give Rings of Power a chance. No, okay, fine. I might think about it. I'll think about
Yeah,
it.
Katie Lynch mentioned that
I'll-
Rings of Power is her favorite.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
Yeah,
none of us
I mean,
give it a chance.
Yeah, none of us gave
I
it a
think
chance.
I was. I think I'm still like on episode 3. I haven't continued it. Same with Andor. I believe episode 3. Those two shows I haven't picked up again. I watched a couple of episodes. Haven't got a. I don't know if I will return to it. Probably I'll go if I return to one of them. I'll go to Andor first before Rings of Power. But
Mm,
yeah, it's time consuming. So that's one. Um,
How many episodes are there?
huh?
9? How many episodes
what,
are
the
there?
Rings of
9?
Power? Or
Yeah, Rings of Power.
I
Let's
think it's
see.
like 9 or 10. I can't remember. I know
Oh,
Andor is
that's pretty.
13.
That's a lot. That's
Andor
quite
is
a
Yeah,
lot.
13.
Andor
That's 1 hour
has
each.
Andor is 13, one
That's a
hour
lot.
each. Rings of Power is also
Okay.
1 hour each as well. I think
8
more.
8
And there's 8.
episodes.
This is why I kind of avoid watching series where each episode is about on 1 hour. I don't know. I just get tired of watching it.
See, if it's really good, I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah.
Which is my next one, House of the Dragon. it's really good. I don't have an issue with it. All of the episodes
The
are
incest
over an
part.
hour.
Yeah.
Everything about the dragons, about the political drama, about the romance, about
They even have
the
the
royalty.
the morbing guy, the have sex. I
Yeah.
forgot his
Oh,
name.
The-
Morbing
hold on,
guy.
hold
Milo,
on, hold on,
Milo,
hold on.
Milo. Yes, they have Milos.
Yeah, they have Milo.
Wonder is here.
And House of the Dragon, really good. uh, but yeah, no, it's a really good show. I was between those two. And talking about nipple chills. Spoiler alert! Real quick, one of the final shots of the show is a shots of dragons, and there is who is it? Luke, Lucerys. Lucerys is flying his dragon, and then above him is Vagar, Aemon's dragon, and it's just like this is like Lucer. I'm trying to give a visual representation for Kelvin. Um,
Okay.
so
Sure.
if this is one dragon, okay, this is one dragon. This is
Is that
a
an
guy
Oreo?
riding the dragon. No, it's an old pop socket that fell off.
Oh, okay.
So this is one dragon, and then there is another dragon that is this big.
Yeah, I was about to mention
Okay.
it the way Kelvin would understand it better. It's basically one dragon is the size of a Rathalos, a bit smaller,
Okay. And the
and
other one is the size
the
of
other
a.
dragon is Safi Jiva.
Oh, okay.
So you
And
can
Now I
it's like
understand.
it's like you
scale,
see
yeah.
you see the silhouette of that thing out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh shit.
But it was like a full on. Yeah, actually, I should mention there's like a full on like Top Gun Maverick chase scene, but with dragons, not with planes.
Oh, that's
that
cool.
that ending scene give me nipple
Yeah.
chills,
That
and the
was
ending
nipple
sequence is
chills.
like so good.
Uh,
So the House of Dragon is
Sorry, but yeah, spoilers, but
Ugh.
it's just that.
yeah. But yeah, House
Uh,
of Dragon is probably my second favorite show.
yeah. The last thing I want to mention about series. I'm planning to watch this soon enough. I guess the Midnight Club. Yeah.
What is that?
Not the
I don't know. It's a
racing, or is it
Netflix.
something
It's a
else?
Netflix show, but the only reason I want to watch it is because Mike Flanagan is the. I don't know. I think he's one of the writers and
Oh, okay.
creators of it. Yeah, and I've been watching. I've watched I think all of the Mike Flanagan series on Netflix. So yeah, I didn't know at first that Midnight Club was by Mike Flanagan until like 3 months later. So yeah, there's that. Oh right, and this as well. What Star Machine said, Sandman.
Sandman.
I'm kind of
Oh yeah,
interested in that.
Sandman. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
one
heard
day.
good
One,
things on it. Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Yeah. Some other stuff that I just want to mention real quick.
Oh no.
Oh no, what?
No. Cameron
Oh,
said
it's
that Midnight Club is not as good as the other Flanagan. Oh, okay. I'll also watch it though. I'll give it a try.
yeah. So as I mentioned, I'm going through Wednesday. Um, Another show that I'm currently going through, and I'm really liking it. It might.
Mhm.
I don't think it's gonna cut to the top two. It's probably gonna end up in the third spot once I finish it. It's White Lotus season 2. I started White Lotus season 1 on the plane here from Melbourne to America. It was it was like on the entertainment section. I was like, White Lotus. I heard good stuff about it. I'll check it out. It's an anthology series, and what's it about is basically you follow the life of this different group of people who stayed on a resort named the White Lotus. Season 1 is about the White Lotus branch in Hawaii. Season 2 takes place in like Italy, not Italy, in Sicily. Which is that Sicily, Italy? No, that's Greece, right? Italy? I
I
don't
think
remember.
it's in Italy. I can't remember. No,
Okay. But yeah, basically season 2 is Sicily. Season 1 is good. I'm liking season 2 more. Aubrey Plaza is in it, Calvin. She is good in it. She's really good. But yeah, the
You
cast is
piqued
like
my
stacked.
interest.
Steve Zahn is in season 1. Sydney Sweeney is in season 1. Alexander Daddario is in season 1. They're really good. And season 2, we got Haley Lou Richardson. We got Aubrey Plaza. Theo James, who's from the Divergent series, who is not good in that show. He's good in the show. I was impressed. So yeah, it's just very interesting to follow this. Like, a lot of them are like kind of, they have like, some of them they're all very dysfunctional. They all have issues. They're all on vacation, but they all have issues. And it's very nice to see how the issues unfold throughout the season. It's only 8 episodes, 9 episodes each season. and it's a pretty entertaining watch. So yeah, I'm on White Lotus season 2, trying to finish that. But yeah, recommend it if you're curious to see like that kind of premise. Uh, but otherwise, Miss Marvel is definitely a show that I like. Moon Knight is up there. Peacemaker.
Yeah,
Uh,
we didn't touch any of the MCU picks.
yeah,
I can't be bothered, man. They're just
Yeah,
like
honestly, I can't
and
be
we
bothered to
talk
there.
about
recall
we talk about them a
MCU.
lot, and they're not the best.
Yeah, we already talked about them technically under like watch episode
Marvel,
60 something. I don't know.
Marvel is the one that I would even consider watching, but even then, it's not even close. Stranger Things or House of Dragons or White Lotus, in my opinion.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the worst show probably of the year that I finished,
I know this answer. For me, I mean,
Obi Wan for
For
me.
I know this one for
I
me. Kelvin also knows it for me.
I
Halo,
think
right?
we're on the same
Yeah, it's Halo.
page.
It's Halo.
Yeah.
Oh, it was absolute
Oh,
trash.
actually, no, I didn't finish Halo because I didn't join you guys every time you guys watched it.
Yeah, that's true.
um,
But what is it for
uh,
you? What
She-Hulk.
Oh, okay, yeah, makes sense.
That's the one that I watch and finish watching and
Finished,
really
yeah.
didn't like it at all. She-Hulk.
Fair.
Yeah, Halo. I only join to watch whenever there's the cheeks.
Cheeks. Master Cheeks.
Yeah.
Wanna
Alright.
I wanna address this
What-
comment real quick. Kevin Patterson said, "Wait, Haley Richardson, I'll watch now." Yeah, I knew about the show because of Aubrey Plaza, and because I'm a fan of Aubrey Plaza, and I saw a particular scene which is like really intriguing. I was like, I gotta watch this show. So I came for Aubrey Plaza. I stayed for Haley Lou Richardson because her arc is actually really interesting in the show. And yeah, so there you go. Calvin's googling
okay.
who Haley Lou Richardson is right now.
Yeah, I am.
She is.
I'm
She's in
Googling.
the.
She
She's
is.
in the edge of. She's
in
in the edge
Split.
of 17, and she's in Split. She's in 5 feet apart. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah,
And
I
all those
only
two
watched
films.
Split from those three.
Fair, fair.
Alright, what's this one? Yeah, pretty much that, I guess, for the series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now let's move on to the next topic. Here we have, I guess, the favorite performances of 2022.
Well, we want to do performance or scenes first.
Oh, let's do scenes first, I guess. Alright, let's do scenes. Favorite movie/series scenes of 2022. Yeah, so,
Who want to start?
I mean, I can start.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole Batman chase scene, the Batman chase scene from with the penguins and stuff, from the reveal of the Batmobile, the engine, from the shadows sounding
That
like
makes
that.
the car sound a lot worse. I'm gonna edit that audio into the scene. I'm gonna edit that out. I'm gonna edit that audio into the scene. I'll remember this. 1 hour and 40 like 2 minutes. Yeah. I'm gonna edit that in.
Yeah, the sound, the engine just rumbling, and then like everyone looking like, oh, what's that? And then the whole chase scene was just insane. And then that ending shot to the upside down stuff. That whole scene is just great from the Batman. Yeah,
My favorite
one of
part
my
is when
favorite
he
scenes.
just looks down like.
Hello
Oh my
there.
God.
the chassis was Batman driving a golf cart. I wish.
To be fair, though, a golf cart is electric, so it won't go ngeng ngeng ngeng.
Yeah, that scene has to be my favorite scene from the Batman. Yeah. We can go along for this one. All right, so let's go. Albert, how about you? You have a scene in mind?
Albert, you're muted.
You
I
muted.
list down a bunch of scenes for mine because I'm trying to decide
RRR.
what might be my favorite. Do you want me to just pick an RRR scene?
I don't know, up to you.
Oh,
Like, what's your
up to
number one
you.
right now? Albert,
My
just
number one, my
yeah,
number
well,
one favorite scene of the year where I could rewatch over and over just for the scene.
Okay, I mean you don't have to rewatch it over and over again. Just favorite scene in general, because I haven't rewatched Batman.
Yeah, I okay. I'll go with this. I'll stick with RRR. I don't know if it's my favorite scene, but I'll stick with it. But my favorite scene from RRR, one of my favorite scenes of the whole film, is the dance battle.
Oh,
If you know anything about Bollywood movies, there's a dance battle, and the fact. Okay, let me explain to you, Arik. You've never seen RRR. Let me explain to you
Yeah, you
this.
mentioned this
Okay,
before though a long time ago, but yeah,
in
go on.
this film, in
I'm
this
tired.
film, this film have a sequence that featured a warrior fighting along with tigers invading a British a British like base.
Uh,
There is a sequence where two men ride on top of each other, battling other people, battling other people, fighting other people, like literally on their backs, like on their shoulders,
Yep.
sitting while shooting arrows, fighting other people. There is a sequence in a highway with a fire that's absolutely insane. There is so many crazy action sequence. Yet my favorite sequence from this film is a dance battle.
The
You could
dance
just
battle is
imagine how in
amazing.
it's literally a dance battle to the death. Like it's absolutely bonkers, and I absolutely love it. And I could rewatch it over and over just because it's hilarious, and the choreography is actually amazing, and it's so much fun. Just the whole sequence, the whole reasoning behind the sequence. It's so much fun. So that's probably one of my favorites scenes of the year.
and I'm
That dance scene
spoiling
is great.
myself, but I am watching it right now on YouTube.
It's
That
so
that
good.
It's
It's
actually
so
so
that
good.
cool.
that dance scene is amazing. I
And
was
one,
thinking,
what
was it Bert?
what makes it even better is because the purpose behind the dance battle is like so funky. It's like not funky. Yeah, I guess funky is the word. I like the purpose behind it and who he's facing off against and the outcome of the dance battle. I'm like, yeah, that feels good. So
See,
yeah,
that wingman, no bromance.
yeah,
Yeah. Speaking of RRR, I gotta shout out the opening scene with the saving the little boy from the river
yeah,
thingy. That's it. That's it. It's just insane. One guy jumping off a bridge from a horse, and another guy jumping off a bridge from a motorcycle. With the bun with a rope, and just like snatch the boy up. Oh, that scene is
yeah,
insane.
yeah.
The start of a friendship right there, as we all do. From saving a kid from a burning bridge.
So good.
Yeah. Are you still watching the scene?
Yes. Wait. Okay. Done. Hey man,
Yeah,
that
you get it, right?
choreography is cool. Yeah, it's
It's
cool. It's
great.
cool. I'm watching it without context, so like yeah, but still though,
With context is even better.
It's even
it's
better.
better.
All right. Any other scenes that you guys want to talk about?
Nothing?
No, Milo's dance scene from Morbius.
Nah, that's not it.
Iconic,
Yeah,
iconic,
okay,
iconic.
okay. Ranking dance scenes of the year. RRR. Margot
Milo.
Robbie's dance.
Morbius?
Margot
Oh.
Robbie's
No,
dance sequence in
Milo.
Babylon.
Milo.
And then
Milo.
Milo's
Yeah,
like
there
at
you
the
go.
very bottom. Milo's at the very bottom.
You're just saying that because the movie is bad, man. Just
No,
because
you
the
know
movie
what?
is bad
Okay,
doesn't
that's
mean
fair.
the,
That's
the
fair.
scene
The
is
dance, the
bad.
dance sequence, the dance. If I were to pick a particular scene from that movie, there is two. That is one. Second is the post-credit scene because I still think the post-credit scene is absolutely insane. Uh, so stupid.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, no,
yeah,
that
this is
that that
stupid.
scene is like
What's
Okay,
the
no,
post
no,
credit
no.
scene?
the
Where
one with
the
the one with
the
vultures. Like
vulture, yeah, vulture
Oh,
appeared.
right, right,
I
right,
think we
right,
should.
right, right.
I think we should team up. I don't know why
Yeah,
I'm here, but I think it's something to do with
yeah, they're
Spider-Man.
like, I think we should team up. It's morbing time. I don't remember.
They
They're
never said it's
normalized.
morbing time.
There it is. Shut up, Albert. No, no, no. But for real, apart from the Batman, only the car reveal scene is the specific one I was actually gonna mention. Like the whole chase scene, like I mean, it's great. It's just like but still the
It's part
introduction
of the
of the
scene.
Yeah, but the introduction of the
Yeah.
Batman car, the Batmobile alone was the cool part. I guess you could mention the fight scene in the what is it where the place is all like blacked out, and you can only see him when the guns are firing. That was pretty cool.
Right, yeah. That's
That
really
was a
cool.
Yeah, but the scenes I really like the most is it's more of the spectacular like the stuff. When they
Something.
like pan out and you see the sceneries of Pandora and Avatar: Way of Waters.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
basically like those kind of stuff. And my favorite one the most is the when the humans return to Pandora with their like gigantic what is it, like spaceships where they kind of like burn the
Oh,
whole
where it just
forest.
burns the whole
Oh,
forest.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's
yeah,
your
it looks
favorite. That's your
like
favorite scene from Avatar.
it's so epic. It's such an epic
It is
entrance,
pretty
and
Yeah.
epic.
how their
Yeah.
humans came back and
Yeah.
just burned everything. I was like, oh damn, that's okay. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
The only
I
thing
That's
missing from
metal.
there is the Lorax coming out.
I speak for the but he just gets burned.
I expect for the ah!
I could not really pick a particular sequence from Way of Water. I really tried to. I was like, it's all so equally incredible. Like all the underwater
Yeah.
stuff, I think is like unparalleled. Like there's one shot from the trailers where it's the kid who befriend the whale. I forget the name of the characters. I'm sorry. The kid who befriend the whale, and there's a sequence where it's like from below and he's holding the fin. Like that sequence is from the trailer and it looks really good. That's a really good shot. But all the underwater stuff in Way of Water is really good. Um, but like another particular sequence from Way of Water, which hit me because it hit me on an emotional core, is the spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert for Way of Water. The death scene of the kid
Mm-hmm.
that hit me. One thing is because when Neytiri scream, I feel the pain. I feel the pain of when Neytiri screaming in like grief. And then the funeral flashback sequence when they relive the memory of him as a kid, that got to me. I was like, oh, that's so sad.
Oh,
That's so
yeah.
sad. So yeah, um, if I have to pick for Way of Water, those are probably the scenes that I would have picked.
Yeah, Way of
I remember
Water. Same
Teguh
like
being
Albert,
very
definitely
cold
great.
blooded. Teguh's
Why?
being very cold blooded. I remember like when they were like doing the whaling after the whaling scene, like it's supposed to be kind of tragic. Like the whale got killed, the calf got
Yeah.
separated. Teguh's like, I don't feel bad about that. Look, they're selling his brain juice for $85 million. That's what Teguh could say.
That sequence is so painful to see because
It's quite painful to see, I'll admit, but Teguh's like, money
It's-
though.
it's a really good executed sequence in a way where it makes you feel like I hate those guys for doing this.
Yeah.
It's really well done, but at the same time, it's like really you feel like the whaling sequence. It's rough. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Taking one of the comments here. Yeah, the fanny pack scene from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That's
Yeah.
probably my second favorite. That's probably one of my top scenes as well. The fanny pack scene, the
Mm.
fanny pack fight with Alpha Wayman. It's so good.
Yeah, I didn't like the. I heard about the fanny pack scene from my brother, and that's the reason why I wanted to watch it.
Ariq, for context, and for anyone else
Mhm.
who haven't seen it for context, it's about a guy who fights a bunch of other. I think there are multiple people, right? Who fights
Yeah,
multiple
multiple.
people using a fanny pack, and it's
As
one
a
of the most
nun.
badass. One of the most badass things I've ever seen. So,
Damn.
Yeah, using fanny pack as a nunchuck. How cool
Yeah.
is that?
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That is
also
cool. That is cool.
from that film, Everything Everywhere All at Once, where they go to the universe where they turn to stones. I like that sequence a
Mhm.
lot. I like that scene a lot.
All right. Rick, here's the one that I think
What?
we enjoy from the black
What?
phone.
Huh?
What the f, Jesus?
What the hell, Jesus? Okay, that scene caught me off by surprise to a point
Okay,
where
yeah,
like, you know what, that's
That-
a funny, that's a good scene.
What the f, Jesus?
I watched this film on the plane. It's a yeah. That scene funny.
Yo, I was caught off guard. Okay, that's not something you'd expect to hear. Those
From a
words
little
and
kid.
Jesus. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus and the F word. from a kid.
WTF?
WTF? Jesus. Huh?
That's true.
F, Jesus? Like, whoa.
That's a good character. There's Lando.
Yeah.
I'm looking at I'm looking at the list.
Here.
2022
I'm trying to
here.
think of
Well,
series scenes.
Here,
since we're
I'll
talking about the
mention.
movies.
While you guys are looking up, I have several stuff. We haven't mentioned Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick have two scenes that is particular in my brain. One is the use of a really good F bomb. There is a particular scene in the third act where they were chasing the bad guy's plane, and then the bad guy's plane just like stopped midair and just like
Yeah.
came back. First of all,
Mhm.
that's like, as an audience, are like, what the hell did we just witness? That's really cool. But the fact that the way Tom Cruise and Miles Teller was like, what the fuck? The way how they say it and the way how they react to it, like, what the hell was that? The way how they react to it is like so good. And I was like, that is a cool scene, but delivery of the line just makes it even
The
better.
delivery, actually, yeah, I like
The
that
delivery.
as well.
Yeah. I think that's their one F bomb in the film, and they use it really well. And the other is one of my favorite lines of the whole year. Um, Maverick talking to Rooster is like, "Thank you for saving my life," and then Rooster replied, "It's what my dad would have done." That got to
Mm.
me. That got to me really hard. I was like, "Oh fuck yeah!" So yeah, those are my two favorite scenes from Top Gun Maverick.
I would
Top
pick
Gun, I
from Top
mean,
Gun Maverick.
the
I can
obvious one
only
for me
think.
from Maverick is just the when they actually did the mission.
Yeah.
That
That's
scene was
fair.
tense.
Well,
Yeah,
actually, yeah,
especially when they
for
come out from it,
yeah, for the two scenes that I like is actually one is not the mission, but it's the one before it where Tom Cruise's character, well, Maverick, he tries
Oh,
to
he's
prove to
proving.
the yeah, he's
Yeah,
proving to the cadets that it no to the other pilots, I mean, that it can be
it's
It's
done. So it was
possible.
yeah, so he
yeah,
was quite badass. He just ran the course by himself and
yeah.
he
Hmm.
kind of he speed run the thing, That's very cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
And
that's my second one, I think.
yeah, and I don't know. I really like the vibe of the beach scene where they were
The
playing
beach.
football
I the
with
I
the
ain't
song
worried.
playing in the background. Yeah, I ain't
Yeah,
worried. I
that's a
like
good song.
the vibe of that. That's what it feels like when I was running by the beach in Bali, dude, with that song playing.
Did you listen? Do you listen to that song while
Yeah,
running
yeah,
the
yeah.
beat?
Of course I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
it helped so much.
Um,
But yeah.
yeah.
What else is
Um,
there?
Martabak scene, Ticket to Paradise. So, no, I'm just kidding.
What he pulls it when he
When
pulls
he
it out
pulls
of
out a
nowhere.
martabak out of nowhere out of his
Holy
pocket.
shit! Whoa!
No. Just kidding.
Craziest
Um,
scene of the year. Pocket
um,
martabak.
the barb, the barbarian, the reveal, the first reveal of the twist.
I
I
still
was
haven't
like,
watched it.
oh my goodness, what did I just witness? The initial reveal, I think, is a good scene. Calvin probably disagree with me on that.
The twist of what twist?
The reveal of the reveal
Of
of
the lady?
whatever. Yeah. No,
Huh? No.
I thought
No.
I thought the initial reveal. I thought the initial reveal is a good scene.
Initial
But yeah,
reveal is good, but I wouldn't put it as my favorite. It's just kind of front of the mill
okay,
horror, I think.
that's fair. That's fair. Um,
Above average horror.
another thing, I could not. There are so many good scenes from Babylon that I
Hmm.
can just revisit. I mentioned earlier a scene where Margot Robbie is crying, and for context, not really spoiler, I guess. But for context, again, she's an aspiring actress. There is a scene where there was like, all right, she needs to cry on cue, and Margot Robbie literally just like went from a straight face, from a cheery face, automatically just cries on cue, and it was like, whoa, that is like really good. So yeah, it's a really good scene. And there is a particular scene where again, because the film takes place from like silent era to talking era, there is a scene where they're trying to film. Margot Robbie's character is trying to film a talkie for the first time, and they're
Hmm.
struggling with the audio equipments, and everything went wrong in that scene. So yeah, the scene where they're filming a talkie, that's probably my favorite scene of that film because it's hilarious. It's so well executed. The amounts of takes that they tried to do and everything went wrong each time. Yeah, that's probably my favorite scene from Babylon. And the phallus,
Alright.
the guy jumping on the phallus goes super distracting.
Jumping on the phallus.
Are you sure that's not
Oh.
number one, Albert?
Nah.
I mean, truly a scene of all time.
And the funniest part is because the guy keeps falling off from the pogo stick and it keeps on coming back on. It's like, oh, poor guy.
Will
He's
it
trying to
actually
balance
change your
himself.
perspective? Like, because I'm pretty sure you say like, "Oh, I noticed the phallus guy," because during the trailer discussion, I mentioned there was a guy in the phallus, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah." What if I didn't mention that? Would you have noticed?
Probably because it's very
Oh,
very jarring.
It's
It's
not
very
jarring.
jarring.
It's not jarring. I like to believe the original cut. It was actually focused on the guy, and the actors were blurred when they were having a conversation. And then they're like, "No, no, no, we can't put this in." But why? No. The
It's the
producers said
one shot
no.
I added in, man.
There are so many good moments in that film.
The-
Uh, I'm trying
How
to
about
think
from
if there's a
series?
scene from Prey, but I cannot think of any. But I feel like there are great scenes from Prey.
I mean, the bear fight is good, but I wouldn't put it in
Alright.
the top scene of the year.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it on
Um,
top. Yeah. They're just decent.
I'm trying to see. I don't think there's a particular scene from the menu.
The
That
cheeseburger was very
cheeseburger is
delicious.
one good.
Was the best looking cheeseburger I've ever seen.
I couldn't. I tried to pick a scene from Wakanda Forever. I couldn't really pick one. I guess the whole
Yeah.
the honoring T'Challa is
Yeah.
great, but I don't know.
Nah, I wouldn't put
It
that
was
as
what
favorite
makes the
scene.
top. Yeah, nothing
Um,
from Nope, nothing from Multiverse of Madness that particularly I love.
Yeah.
There
from Nope,
is
I would say it's when what's his name? It's either the Gordy scene when
Goldie
he's
scene is
just like
good.
when the
Yeah.
Gordy scene when the Gordy is just like we get to see like him kind of like punching or like battering the other actors, or when the Jin jacket like finish eating and it pours the blood the blood train thingy on top of the house.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's those two scenes for me from Nope.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent when they're tripping on acid was pretty fun.
Yeah.
That's true.
And once, okay, this is a scene from. I don't know how many people watch it. I think Kelvin watched this film. I don't remember,
What?
but I don't think this film is good. I gave it 2.5 stars on Letterboxd. I don't like this film. I think it's real. It's not a
What
really
is
good
it?
film. But a particular scene that I just thought so funny, and I rewatched it last night just for the scene, and it's funnier than I remember. It's The Bubble from Netflix.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a comedy by Judd Apatow. There is a scene in the later half of the film where they're trying to, because the premise is that they are filming a movie during the midst of the pandemic, and the actors are like, they're so sick of it, they want to get it done, but the studio's like, we got to get it done. We are keeping you in the bubble. You cannot escape the bubble. You have to get this film done. But the actors are like, I'm so done. The film is not getting. The films keep on getting production halt, and we cannot leave. We're sick of it. We want to meet our family. So the particular scene where they're trying to escape and run away from set near the later half, and I thought the whole sequence was so funny. How Keegan Michael Key was running. I think it's Maud Apatow, one of the Apatow daughters who plays a role in the film. They had a fight sequence with one of the friends of like, I don't think you're really good at dancing. Well, that's my appeal, you bitch. And they started fighting. That whole sequence. And then my favorite sequence is Karen Gillan running. And then out of nowhere, James McAvoy just made a cameo. James McAvoy just makes a cameo. He was on set. I was like, hey, why are you running? And then Karen Gillan keeps on running. Why are you running? Why are you running? And he just starts chasing Karen Gillan. And Karen Gillan like, why are you chasing me? And James McAvoy just tackled Karen Gillan to the ground. And I don't know why. The intensity on James McAvoy out of nowhere with the cameo started chasing Karen Gillan is so funny. I was like, and after he takes it down, I'm like, why did you just tackle me? And I'm like, and James McAvoy was like, oh man, I hurt my leg. Oh, and I'm like, oh, look at here, Mr. Professor X needs his wheelchair, everyone. I'm like, that's not the only, I play other characters outside of Professor X. I don't know why that whole sequence just making me laugh. I just love that sequence, but the whole film is like not good. But if you haven't seen it, just look for that sequence. I thought
I just realized something. Oh, I know exactly a scene we'd like.
What?
The Jackass intro.
I was gonna get to that. Yeah, Jackass intro. That is incredible.
And then it starts blurting out. Yeah. And I like how it ended with the turtle.
Oh
The
yeah.
turtle
Oh
didn't-
yeah.
The turtle didn't get harmed. It's more like the turtle harmed something else. Oh shit.
Yeah. The opening scene for Jackass Forever is great.
Jackass Forever.
Uh, let's get to series, I guess. The best scenes from like series. I would
I think
say
yeah. What is it?
Eddie. Eddie playing that Metallica
Oh.
solo.
Oh, that's
Metallica solo. Eddie's Metallica
That's a good
solo
one.
is-
Yeah,
that is
that's
actually
a good
metal.
one. Yeah.
It's even more metal when like the swarm of like big bats were like around him and all that shit. Makes it even
I
more
saw a
metal.
funny
Master of
edit on
Puppets.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I saw a funny edit on YouTube. It's like, what if Eddie only had 1 hour to learn Master of Puppets? It's just him like on the top, like Oh, dang it. Ah. And then like fiddle of the volume or something. Feedback. and then he just dies in that scene. The edit.
To be fair, though, it ended the same way, so I guess it's fine.
I laughed so hard at that edit. So when I saw that edit.
Oh my gosh.
What else is there from series? Oh, are you gonna
Uh,
say something from House of the Dragon?
well, apart from the dragon scene,
There's
there's
lots
the
of
one
good scenes.
where what's his name, Milo. I forgot what his name is, Prince Damon. Sorry,
Demon.
Milo. Prince Damon. He basically did a beach assault by himself. So that was a solo beach
That's-
assault. So that was pretty badass. He literally charged. No, he didn't charge. He pretended to surrender on a beach, and then he went full D-Day, but by himself. Killed everyone. Well, not killed everyone. He drew people out, and then they got burned by dragons. So that was fun. Um, Another cool scene. Actually, no, not from House of the Dragon, but actually, Moon Knight's first reveal. That was actually badass.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's
Yeah,
like when he's
yeah.
like convincing. What's his name? Is it Steve? Yeah, Stephen Grant is like, yeah, let me little like about trying to convince Stephen Grant to change, and then you just see him beat the crap out of a. I forgot what it was. What the monster
The
was
Jackals
called.
thing, right?
The jackals. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
cool.
It's
With the
basically the
theme
first
song.
episode when we don't see Moon Knight fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks like when it just pans to him who's beating the crap out of it, and then there's like his theme song playing at the background. That was way too cool. That's like
That was
the
great.
coolest like intro ever for a superhero.
Talking about superhero intros, Daredevil sequence in She-Hulk was pretty good.
No.
I don't know. I don't know if it,
What
I
was
don't know.
it,
I don't
no?
know if it, I don't know if it's like top of the
It's
year, but
alright.
I just want to
It's
shout it
alright.
out again.
No, my
Um,
favorite bit is when he's walking barefooted outside.
barefoot.
He
Yeah.
got snoo
He
he got snooze-snooed. He got snoo-snooed, and
got
he's like,
snoozed.
yes.
No, House of the Dragon. Yeah, lots of good sequence. Um, there is a sequence where an old man is walking in a throne room. That's really good. If you've seen it, it's
Actually,
it's
yeah,
Viserys.
that's actually
When
a cool
Viserys,
sequence. Yeah.
yeah, Viserys when he comes back in the throne room is good. Um, there is a particular sequence that's in my head that I just totally blanked on. But it's
The
something to do
girl.
with something to do with Alicent. I think I just don't remember what.
Oh, okay. I don't know what she did. All I remembered was her having sex with the grandpa or something.
But yeah, lots of interaction between Alicent and Rhaenyra, which is really good. Let's like, I think the whole sequence where they're fighting and eventually she got cut. Rhaenyra got cut. That whole sequence was pretty intense. um. So yeah.
Anything from Edge Runner's work?
When David walked into the Ripper Dock and he said, "It's high time I chrome the fuck up." I just like the way he says it. Okay, it's kind of badass. Like, yeah, let's go.
So surprisingly for me,
Um.
from Edge Runner, my most memorable scene is the sad parts. At the
Well, when they
ending.
were on
Well,
the ending, when they were on the moon thing.
yeah, when they're on the moon and the virtual thing, I'm like, oh, and then
Yeah,
the
and
song
then
playing.
the song, the "Stay at Your House." Yeah, that was depression
Yeah,
has
that
never
that
felt
hits
so
hard.
good. Depression has never felt so good.
Uh, a random scene that I just popped in my head. Pe-
Sheet work.
Peacemaker. No,
It worked.
Peacemaker. There is a particular scene in the finale which is so random, which I thought was so funny.
What, human
Um,
torpedo? It's not that
Human
one.
torpedo.
Torpedo.
I forget the friend. The black lady puts on the helmet and just like
Yeah.
launches herself. I was like, what
Yeah,
the
she was
fuck?
like confused and everything, and then he's just like, "Human torpedo," and then
torpedo.
suddenly she just flew. She just flew.
That's so funny.
I legit forgot that Peacemaker was this team until Albert mentioned it before the show.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah, to be honest.
Yeah.
Last one for me, I think. White Lotus. Since I'm still watching it. There's a sequence which I think you can find on YouTube, Twitter, because it's viral. But there's a sequence in Italy. Aubrey Plaza is just like she's just like exploring the city, but then all the men in the city are just like staring at her, and she's like getting more uncomfortable, and there are more and more men just like crowding her. That sequence, I was like, that is like a pretty cool scene. the way how they shot that because it's one take. But yeah, that's a scene from White Lotus.
All right, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess that's that for favorite scenes from movies and series. Alright, now let's move on to the next one here. We're going pretty long now. All right, favorite performances of 2022.
I know this one.
What is it? You go
Jared
first,
Leto.
Ariq. Jared Leto. It's
That's the
Morbin time.
Mighty Morbin, not Power Rangers.
Mighty Morbin Power Ranger. I don't think that's how the
Actually,
song goes.
actually, no. To be honest, I actually don't even know what an answer I have for this. So I literally just wrote, what's his name? Nicolas Cage as Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Actually,
think
technically,
he
Pedro
plays a
Pascal's
great
character.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know who else I could cast for Nicolas Cage other than Nicolas Cage because I think he caged the Nicolas very well in Unbearable Weight of a Massive. How do you describe?
Yeah, no.
Hey man, but hey, he was genuinely an entertaining character, okay? And to be honest, I part of me doesn't even know, like he might actually act like this in real life, but at the same time, I can't be sure. But so that's
he
kind of
just he
the
just goes to the streets and just go, I'm like bang! Gay!
Oh my goodness, Kelvin.
Hey, the original one was a lot longer than that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to believe he has like the weird personality inside of his head that goes, yeah, dig. And actually,
Whenever
come
he
to think of it,
introduced himself.
Pedro Pascal was like a cool character in what is it? In that film as well. I like his like supposedly like secret drug lord and big fan of Nick Cage kind of thing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what else. Everyone just seems so basic. If I just say, "Oh, Top Gun Maverick," oh, this is like Tom Cruise's Maverick.
Man, that's
I'll-
obvious,
I don't know.
right?
Yeah.
I'll mention a couple. I think my top three favorite performance happen to all be in the same film. That is the main three leads from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Michelle Yeoh,
that's true.
Ki Hui Kwan, and Stephanie Su is. I think they're all three really good. Particularly Ki Hui Kwan, because again, he plays Short Round from Indiana Jones, and he's in a good. I haven't seen him since, and he's so good in this film. Out of
Is
nowhere,
he still
I didn't-
short?
No, he's an adult.
Right.
He's an adult
But like
man
I
now.
didn't even realize it
round.
was him until the end of the film. It's like, oh my god, that's a kid from Indiana Jones, but he's so good in this film. So yeah, Ana de Armas from Blonde is good. Obviously, you talk about the film. Margot Robbie in
the film is
Babylon.
bad. The
Performance
performance
was bad, but
Performance is good. Yeah. Margot Robbie in From Babylon is good. Angela Bassett, Wakanda Forever is one of my favorites.
oh, she's actually good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
I like
Kiki Palmer from Nope. I think she's fantastic in that film.
True. What's her name? Amber Mid Thunder in Prey. The
Yes.
main lead.
Oh yeah, she was good. Yeah, she was good actually.
She's really great in Prey. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, of course. How can you not mention this? Daniel Radcliffe playing Weird Al.
Pretty Weird Al. Yeah, I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's my
He's
my
great.
top 10 of the year, but he's good in it.
He's not in my top 10, but I just want to mention it. He's just amazing as Weird Al. Yeah.
Um,
What else is there?
I want to shout out some performance from Glass Onion. Obviously, Daniel Craig is good. I think
Oh, yeah,
Janelle Monáe steals the show. I think she's fantastic in the film. Also, Kate Hudson and Jessica Henwick. I could not pick between those two because their characters are related, but I think both of them are pretty great. Jessica Henwick and Kate Hudson in that. Yeah, Babylon. Obviously, Brad Pitt, Diego Calva. I think is the best performance over Margot Robbie. Even I think Diego Calva is good. From the Fablemans, Michelle Williams and Gabriella Bell. Gabriella Bell plays the main kid. I think they're good. But yeah.
Oh, I know. Good one. The T-Rex in Jurassic World Dominion. He pretended to be dead, but apparently he wasn't.
Good
That
acting.
was a good acting from a T-Rex. Yeah.
You know what? The whole cast of Jackass.
Technically, they're not acting, but at the same time,
They're putting themselves through harm for entertainment.
And you know,
That's
yeah,
a
no,
great performance.
Tyler the Creator even got himself shocked in the butt with the piano.
Yeah.
uh,
From the chat here, of course, yeah. Kate Blanchett in
Legendary.
Tar. Yeah, she's great in there.
By the way, I
Yeah.
literally just downloaded the film just to see the Monster Hunter thing. That was weird.
You saw it,
That
right?
felt, yeah, that
Yeah.
felt so. It's like a fever dream.
Yeah, out of nowhere. What?
Monster Hunter. But then the
Monster
more you think about it,
Hunter.
you know what? The game does have great orchestric music,
Yeah.
so it makes sense in the context.
No, but I would
Oh,
understand it more if it were to come out during when, Monster Hunter World Iceborne kind of thing. This is like years
Yeah,
after that.
maybe production delays or whatnot.
Yeah.
I want to shout out. Yeah, I Benches of Inisherin. I wasn't a fan of the film, but the performance by the three main leads are pretty
Mm.
damn good.
I
Colin
mean,
Farrell, Brendan Gleeson, Barry Keegan. Yeah, great stuff.
the accent on
I
point.
think those
I
are
don't
their
know how,
natural accent. So
is it?
maybe not
I don't
for
know.
Colin Farrell, maybe not for Colin Farrell, but or maybe not for Barry Keegan. As I
Everyone
don't know.
else?
I think for Brendan Gleeson that's his natural accent. I'm not sure, but everyone else maybe they amp it up a little. So yeah.
I just love the accent.
I don't know
I
why.
fucking love
Why
the
didn't I
accent.
mention this? Fake and love. I don't know why I didn't mention this, but I did like the what is it? The way the Riddler was portrayed in the Batman. I thought it was good.
Oh, Dano. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, hi
Riddle me
guys.
this, Batman.
Hello guys. How does he start his live
Welcome.
stream?
Yeah, I forgot how he does
Welcome
it.
to the Riddler. Welcome to the Riddler
Yeah.
Twitch. Today we're making a C4.
They were making it. Albert, disclaimer: we're not doing
Don't
that.
forget to like and
No, 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 no.
subscribe.
Uh,
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, um,
I have
there are a lot of
I
great
have one more
performances,
that
I
I have
guess.
one more that none of us have mentioned, and maybe this is just
Mhm.
me, but I really like Adam Sandler in Hustle. I
alright,
think it's
yeah.
really I think it's
I
really
haven't
good
watched
in
the
that
film,
film.
but like, yeah, I heard it was good.
Yeah. So yeah, there's
Yeah.
that. What's
Colin
probably
Farrell
my
as the
favorite.
penguin. He didn't look nothing like a penguin though, so I'm not entirely sure.
I feel like for
Those
Colin,
are probably my
the
favorite
chat says
Sandler
Colin
scenes.
Farrell as the Penguin. I mean, Colin Farrell obviously is great. Playing the character, but also the whole what's the name makeup and aesthetic put on Colin Farrell that helps a lot as well. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
he's
true.
great though. He's great.
Actually, I come to think of
Yeah.
it, Cameron was right. The
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac is Moon Knight. Technically, he's playing two personalities, yeah, two characters.
Oh yeah, his performance is good.
Yeah.
Also, Jenna Ortega and
L3 as
she
well with Jake.
Oh yeah,
Jake, the third personality. Yeah.
yeah,
Jake Lockley.
yeah,
Yeah.
sort of. Shout out to Jenna Ortega. She's a breakout star of this year. She's in so many stuff, dude. X. She's in Scream.
Mm-hmm.
She's in obviously Wednesday, which I think is her best performance because playing that role is
She's
not easy.
great as Wednesday. It's perfect.
She
She's
didn't.
perfect
She
there.
didn't blink at all in the whole show. I think,
Yeah. Tim Burton
which is
told her
a
to not
character
blink.
thing, which is insane.
Yeah.
If you don't blink, I already blinked like 3 times while saying this sentence. So yeah, the fact that she didn't blink at all is insane. What else is she in? I don't know if it came out this year or last year, but the Fallout came out like late last year,
Oh
early
wow.
this year. So yeah, Jenna Ortega is in a lot of stuff, and she's good, and she deservedly is a rising star because of that.
I think
So
the
yeah.
first Jenna Ortega movie I watched is the Babysitter Killer Queen or something. The second one.
Oh
I think
yeah,
she's in
she's
there,
in
right?
that.
Yeah.
She's good.
That's the first Jenna Ortega movie I watched. I didn't watch any of the Disney stuff back then.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Uh.
Oh, Austin Butler as Elvis. If anything, that his
I haven't watched
performance
that.
is incredible. The film is something. There are some good parts of the film, but his performance, he literally embodies Elvis. Like, I'm not surprised if he wins the Oscar because he's really just outside of a facial performance, physically, all the dancing is like he literally like it feels like he got possessed by Elvis's dancing spirit. So yeah, um, there's that.
Well, what's your thoughts on Dwayne Johnson as Dwayne Johnson in Black Adam? Him
Not
playing
good.
himself.
Not good.
He's not
He's
good at playing himself, Albert.
not good at playing
No,
himself.
no.
So you're playing with he's
Yeah.
playing with he's playing with himself. I mean,
How
he's
about
playing
as the
himself.
He's
Pebbles?
playing with himself.
No, no, no,
How
words.
about Dwayne
Wrong
Johnson
words.
as the Pebbles?
As the pebble. Uh, what
Oh,
unjuiced up rock?
if we
Jesus.
go back to TV shows, oh shit, what's his name? Viserys, the guy who plays Viserys. Oh my god, why
Oh,
am I blanking on his?
the guy.
Also,
Yeah, I don't remember this actor's name. The actor's name I forgot.
Yeah, I'm blanking on his name right now. Paddy Considine, who plays Viserys,
Yeah,
really really good.
actually,
Uh,
I heard that George R. Martin said that his version of Viserys was better than his own in the books.
Not
That's the
surprised. I
actual
don't think I don't
comment.
think they fleshed it out in the books that much. So yeah,
Yeah,
Viserys
Paddy
is really good.
Considine. Yeah,
Um, and both Emma Darcy and Millie Alcock, who plays Princess Rhaenyra in the two different
that's the young
stage.
versions or the.
Millie Alcock is a young version. Emma Darcy is the older version. I think they're
Oh
both
right,
really. I think they're both
okay.
really, really fantastic in the show, and like sort of like was similar to Jenna Ortega, like rising stardom, because like I don't think any of them know who Emma Darcy. Maybe Emma Darcy a bit more, but no one knows who Millie Alcock is. So yeah, I think now they got a name to themselves. So yeah, good stuff.
yeah. I think that's pretty
Yeah.
much all I can think of right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. I think we listed out a lot already on that one. So now let's go
wait,
into
Tagu
our.
did wrote for a favorite performance, but I don't understand the
All right.
context.
Oh yeah, I'm assuming he's talking about because he wrote down the man, the myth,
Who-
the legend, Toby Maguire. I'm assuming he's talking about No Way Home.
I think he's
I'm
talking
pretty
about No
sure
Way
he's talking
Home.
about
Because
No Way
who?
Home.
What else? I mean, he's in Babylon, but he haven't seen Babylon.
Yeah, he hasn't seen Babylon. I don't think
Yeah.
he has seen Weird Al. Wait, is it Weird Al by him as well?
No, no,
No.
that's Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel
That's
Radcliffe,
yeah.
right? I confused the
So
two
it has to
idiots.
be No Way Home,
Has to be No Way Home,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
which
pretty
is
sure it's No Way Home.
interesting. Which is interesting because that's not even my favorite performance from that movie. Like, it's not.
Andrew
I
Garfield.
would put Andrew Garfield in terms of Spider-Man higher than
Yeah.
Tobey
Yeah,
Maguire's
actually,
performance.
I think
Yeah,
Andrew
I
Garfield
agree.
was better. Yeah,
And then I would put like Willem Dafoe over all of them. So yeah,
yeah.
but
Okay,
fair
that's what
enough.
he
Fair
mentioned.
enough.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else was
Okay.
there? I think
Let's
that's
move on to
that
the next.
for.
Let's move on to the next
Yeah.
sequence.
Now to the I guess kind of final one here. We have underrated. No. Yeah, underrated movies
Underrated
or
movies
series
or
of
series.
2022. Yeah, what are movies and series that people haven't seen?
Dude, I
I guess.
generally cannot think of anything here. Because I haven't watched enough movies this year, I think, or
Fair. Calvin's been watching a lot, so I'm curious to see what he thinks. I don't have a series
Cinderella.
pick. See, I have
Cinderella.
several. I have several movies.
Just for the
I have
pure
several
comedy of it.
movies. I have several movies here that from what I think is least popular to most popular,
Yeah.
and that I want to shout out. Honor Society. This is a film that came out for Paramount Plus, so not a lot of people seen it. It's a coming of age film about a high school student played by Angori Rice, who you might know her from The Nice Guys. She played Ryan Gosling's kid. She's also in the Spider-Man film. She plays Betty. So
Mhm.
I'm already a fan of her work because she's really good in all stuff that I've seen her in. And basically, it's about her. She is like a straight A student, and basically she's trying to how do I describe it? She's trying to be the number one. She's trying to be the number one in her graduating class so that she got a scholarship to college, and her plan is to sabotage all the other top students, but there's like a twist to it. So Honor Society, I think, is really good. Gaten Matarazzo, who plays what's Stranger Things kid? What's his name? He's the
What?
what's his name in Stranger Things? The guy with a cap. Not Duffer. Duffer is the director.
The guy with the cap.
Guy with the cap.
The kid,
Guy
the
with
kid
the
with the
cap.
cap. The kid with the cap. Gaten
Oh,
Matarazzo. The one that goes "Arr." Stranger Things.
yeah,
What's his name?
yeah.
Dustin Henderson.
Dustin,
Henderson,
yeah.
I forgot his name. Yeah, he's in that too. So yeah, Honor Society, really good. Highly recommend it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. So should I keep on going, or does Calvin have a couple that he want to mention?
I- I'm looking at my list right now. I'll say, Emily the Criminal, an Aubrey Plaza movie.
I gotta
Yeah,
watch that.
I think that's pretty underrated. It's very like realistic kind of story kind of thing. The performance is great. I think Aubrey Plaza performance, and also Tio Rossi is there. I yeah. I think both are
Okay.
great. Yeah. I mean, in general, it's pretty fun watch. It's a pretty fun watch about how they run scam, I guess, to get rich, and then the kind of betrayal at the end was interesting. Yeah. I mean, the criminal, and another one. It is a kids like movie, I guess. My father's dragon. I think it's a fun and
Yeah,
easy
you
watch.
mentioned this
And
one, yeah.
yeah, I
Okay.
mentioned it. Yeah, and the whole like design with like how storybook it looks like, with the animation. Yeah, I think more people should watch this. Yeah, My Father's Dragon. I think it's a really good watch. Yeah.
I don't
What
know
else
why,
do you
but
have?
like I don't have an answer, but I have the Goose answer, but I think it's kind of unfair in a way to call it an
Yeah.
underrated movie because
It's not,
Because
it's
it's
not
his
out
not
yet.
answer
out
is
yet.
yeah, his answer is Suzume no Tojimari, which is not out yet for everyone else. So
It's
of
only
course
out
it's
in
underrated. You
Japan.
can't. It doesn't even have
Yeah,
an
it's
English
it's the
title
new
yet.
the new Makoto Shinkai movie.
Yeah, it doesn't even
Yeah.
have the English title yet. So I don't know, Tego. I don't think that counts as you can't just say it's underrated because it's only released in Japan. It's like me saying like right, this Indonesian film Sri Asih gitu, like that's underrated. It's not out in everywhere else, bro.
KKN di Desa Penabe
Yeah,
is underrated for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, that's underrated. Why? Because it's not out internationally. No.
Wait, a
And
lot
by
of
the
No.
time
people
it's
in the
out, I
chat,
don't think it will be underrated. So yeah,
probably, right? It's Makoto Shinkai. She got
yeah,
a
it's
good
Makoto
reputation.
Shinkai. Yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, is the movie X and Pearl considered underrated? I thought people are talking highly about them. I thought. Are they
Yeah,
considered
I don't
underrated?
know. I think they're goodly rated. I think they're properly rated. Maybe yeah, I probably more people need to see it, but I don't know. I just don't know what the general audience. I think most people still don't know about it. I guess I'm not sure.
Mm,
It's tough.
yeah,
Actually, here Star Machine mentioned Adam Project. I was thinking about it, but I was like, it was just a
If
decent, fun action film where what's
it's a
his
fun
name?
movie. Brian
Where that
Reynolds.
guy plays the same guy. Yeah, where Ryan Reynolds
Ryan
plays
Ryan
the
Reynolds,
same
yeah,
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. So
yeah. No.
It's a
See
fun like
here,
action sci-fi,
yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
but I wouldn't
The
call it underrated. It's
if
just
we're
decent.
if we're mentioning horror just now, instead of X and Pearl, which I think has more people talking about it, I want to talk about Fresh because I think less
Mm.
people watch Fresh, and I personally like it more. I haven't seen Pearl. I gotta get to that. I personally like it more than X. Um, if you don't know what it is, it stars Sebastian Stan, Bucky Barnes from the MCU, and Daisy Edgar Jones, and it's a romance movie with cannibalism in it. So
Oh yeah.
and horror. So
Yeah,
take that as you will. I'm not gonna say too much. I think that should be if you're interested in the premise, then
eating her out to a new different meaning.
yeah, yep.
Uh,
So yeah, um, you know, when usually people's like eat me, and they take them literally. So, um, but
I don't think at any
Fresh.
point in the movie she
I
said
don't
eat
think they
me.
did. I don't think she did. But Um,
Eat
fresh,
me.
fresh,
Okay.
fresh is underrated.
okay.
Kelvin mentioned animated films. The Bad Guys, which I know we mentioned in the beginning in Weekly Watches for DreamWorks. I think it's
I haven't watched
genuinely a
that yet.
good. It's genuinely a good film. It's a heist movie. It's a heist animated
Mm-hmm.
film. With the featuring the voice of Sam Rockwell, Aquafina, among others, and I think it's legitimately good. One of the better animated films of the year. I think it's better than Turning Red. I personally do. So yeah, that is there. And obviously, I mentioned Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I don't know how many people seen it, but I think it's a good film. I think more people
Is
should check it out.
Weird the Al Yankovic story underrated? You think?
Yeah, because I don't think a lot of people have seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would say so.
Um,
Yeah.
I would think people would see this and think, again, it's a biopic, and then
Uh,
and then turns out, no, it's definitely more than that.
there is a twist.
Yeah. Uh,
Uh, yeah, Weird the Al
uh,
Yankovic story is it's great.
mm.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Um.
This
Drasoma.
might be the least known one so far. Kimmy,
But
because
is
it came out in February or January. It's called Kimmy, Kimi.
mm,
Steven Soderbergh. It's about again. It takes place in the COVID-19 pandemic, but it's about like it's Zoe Kravitz plays like this employee of a tech company that figures out that there are some shady stuff going on, and she got chased by the authorities, and so it's
mm,
like a very like it's not claustrophobic, but there is like a sense of like a dread of like she's being chased, like being, yeah, basic something like that feeling. I think it's a decently good film that no one watched. It's not incredible by any means, but I think it's a good thriller. So yeah, Kimmy. Also, there is a lot of murder mystery this year. Obviously, we talk about Glass Onion. We've mentioned Death on the Nile, which I think is probably the weakest one of the year.
it's really
Bodies
weak.
is good.
Yeah.
Probably, but one that I just watched yesterday and I think is really good, and no one talked about it except maybe Kelvin.
See
See
how they
how they
run.
run.
It's fun.
I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that film. I thought it was
Yeah.
really funny. I don't know. I don't know if it's the smartest murder mystery. They have a lot of satire to it, but it's pretty fucking funny. And this is the closest thing to a Wes Anderson murder mystery you could ever see, because
Right?
it even have the visually it is like that. The music is like that. It's very whimsical music, and even up to the cast, because they got like Saoirse Ronan and Adrian Brody, which is like good enough, and David Oyelowo, which is good enough for like a what I would see as a Wes Anderson murder mystery cast. Even the setting. So yeah, it's pretty good.
See how they run is
Good
good.
year for horror and murder mystery.
Yeah.
Interestingly
Saoirse
enough, this
Ronan
year.
is just fun to watch.
She's funny. She's funny in that
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. What else is there that's underrated?
My last one is,
Mm,
and probably it's just because of me, but Hustle once again. I legitimately think Hustle is good, so highly recommend that. But maybe it's because I'm just an NBA fan. But yeah,
I still can't take Hustle seriously, especially when the villain Anthony Edwards' character is called Kermit.
Is it actually that? Okay.
Yeah, his name is Kermit.
Kermit.
against Bo Cruz.
Bo
That's the
Cruz.
basketball player. Yeah,
Oh,
Bo
okay.
Cruz against Kermit. So Kermit versus Cruise Missile.
Yeah.
So no, theme of the characters, I just cannot take it too seriously. I mean,
Would the
Albert,
film be better?
Bo versus Kermit.
Would the film be better if Kermit the Frog is actually the villain?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like imagine Kermit the Frog just like jumping
Dunking
over
on people.
like a 7-footer. Yeah, dunking on Hernan
Kermit the
Gomez.
Frog, like, he cannot dunk on me.
And then like
He cannot got me.
the TNT announcer was like, "Oh, there we go, Kermit going at it again, like ankle breaking LeBron James."
Can you
I'll
imagine Kermit? Can you imagine Kermit the Frog saying like, "You cannot guard me. You cannot guard me."
Kermit just trash talking.
Wait. I just realized.
Oh, too
Wait,
small, too small.
since you're talking about like basketball players in films, I guess the best basketball player in a film would be the one in Sneakerella.
I mean,
Hey, he tried to make himself as the what is it, the Michael Jordan of that universe.
he is the Michael Jordan of that universe. Yeah,
Of that
in
universe,
Sneakerella.
yeah. In Sneakerella.
Yeah,
Handful.
that's all the underrated recommendations that I got.
Is this
I think
Yeah.
the other films that come
Lost
up
City
are
and
like
Bullet
I
Train?
think like
Couldn't.
well rated, or people have seen it enough. So yeah.
Yeah. Think yeah, that's about it for the underrated. How about series? We didn't touch any of the series.
I could not chime in because I haven't seen enough.
Yeah,
Halo.
I agree. No,
No, Halo is just the shit.
I agree. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Series is just it takes so much investment to get in, you know, and like I would only want to watch series that people say
Say
is good,
as
because I don't want to waste
I'm
my
not.
time watching like 8 episodes and then turns out it's pretty bad.
Yeah, like I did with Halo. Well, to be honest, people say it was bad in the beginning, and I thought it was bad in the beginning, and it ends up being bad. So that's not underrated. It's as rated.
Chicks rated.
Yeah, I don't know what actually is an underrated TV series, like something that people don't really watch, but it's actually quite good. Like, 'cause yeah, nobody would put the time and effort into, yeah, as you mentioned, into
Watching a
watching a TV series that nobody has heard of.
Like I don't
yeah,
also
right.
like I don't even know, I don't keep track with TV that much, so I don't know what got released this year, or like maybe it's part of last year, because I'm like I keep on hearing stuff
Yeah,
about Ted Lasso, but I don't know when Ted Lasso got officially released, new season and everything. Like even like Succession, I heard stuff about that. I don't know if it's a new season or anything like that. So yeah, couldn't say.
yeah, I can't think of anything for an underrated series.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Here, Star Machine has a question from the chat. How would you rank the horror film of this year? I guess Avic hasn't
Interesting.
seen a lot, right?
I don't
Because
remember. Let me just Google.
this year
Yeah.
there are a lot of good horror movies this year. Yeah.
If
I
I'm
haven't watched.
Uh,
filter
Yeah, I've watched
if I'm
Smile.
filtering my list with the genre horror via letterbox, this is my ranking. The
it has to
Menu.
be okay.
Oh, is the menu count as a horror? Oh, okay.
I mean, based on letterbox, it is. So that's what I'm basing it off letterbox. I guess. So The
Are we
Menu.
putting
Oh, yeah.
trailer in as well?
I did not. I just saw it through
Okay.
horror. So yeah. Anyway, The Menu. Nope. Bodies. The Barbarian. Fresh. Scream. X. The Black Phone. Smile and Dish. The only one that's actually garbage. Halloween Ends.
That's the one I watch.
That's like that's like probably
It is.
that's like probably the only bad horror that I saw this year. I know
Let's
Kelvin
see.
probably saw more horror than I do.
How many horrors did I watch? One, two, wait, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Plus 2. I watch 18 horror movies. All right.
Holy cow!
All right. So let's see. From the top, the menu, and then I have X, Nope, Smile, Bodies, Barbarian, Black Phone, Pearl. So Pearl is 8. And then we have Fresh 9. Okay, I'm not counting Werewolf by Night, I guess. So that since that's a special. At 10th, I have Incantation, a Taiwan movie. I like that.
Hmm.
And then Orphan for Skill, Men, KKN,
Oh,
Indonesian
I
Oh,
gotta.
movie.
okay.
I haven't seen Man.
Yeah. And there's the Uma, Choose or Die, The Seller, and 11th Hour Cleaning. That was the most extremely random
Did you
watch.
Oh yeah.
did you watch a Terrifier too?
No, I did not. I watched the first one. The
Okay.
Terrifier 2, I wanted to watch it, but that runtime is too long. It's 2 hours plus movie, you know.
That
and
is
and
totally
to what
fair.
I heard, it's like again the plot isn't too good or anything. It's just a bunch of gore. So eh, didn't really feel like watching it. All right, I guess for the underrated part as well. Yeah, Incantation. This it's on Netflix. I think this Taiwanese movie. It's great. I like it. Yeah, it's like you know what you call that handheld footage kind of things, parts of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
that's pretty much that, I guess,
Hmm.
for the horror movies. A lot of the good ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I
Good
still
year for
haven't
horror.
watched Hellraiser and Scream though. Hellraiser, I'm still on this painful path of watching every single Hellraiser. I'm only at the sixth one right now. I still have a few more to go. Um, and I'll do the same for Scream whenever I watched it later, the
Also,
whole series.
also, I gotta say, I think Calvin this year watched more movies that was released in 2022 than me, which is clap. Calvin,
I watch
great
how
stuff
much
to
is
you.
there? So 74 minus 6, because 6 of them are in the series.
Special.
So yeah, series and special. So what's 74 minus
Gotcha.
6? That's 68. Yeah. Oh, I need to watch. Right, I forgot that I haven't watched Sonic.
Sonic the
Sonic
Hedgehog.
2.
Honestly,
Wanting
fun
to watch
film.
that.
Honestly, a fun film.
Dude, I
I've been
haven't watched
wanting
the
to watch
first
it, but I
one.
keep forgetting to watch it. Yeah.
I haven't even watched the first one.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
No.
It's a fun watch.
I would rather watch Sonic 2 again before I watch Love and Thunder.
Damn.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. I agree.
yeah. Take that, Togo. Well, why are
You
we all
haven't,
taking?
Arik, you haven't, not Arik, Kelvin, you haven't seen Sonic 2. How would you say you agree?
Oh, I thought you're talking about Sonic 1.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't know about Sonic 1, but Sonic 2 I think is definitely better. So yeah,
I would go with Sonic 1 again.
fair enough.
The whale. Oh, the whale is the one with it, too,
I haven't
right?
Yeah.
seen The
Yeah.
Whale.
Yeah, Cameron said that Calvin went hard watching award movies, only missing The Whale. I had a hard time finding a place to watch The Whale. It's not
Yeah,
exactly out in cinemas or anything here.
that's fair.
I had a hard time finding that. I heard it's pretty meh.
I heard the film is meh, but only the award, only like performance. I think you'll probably like it as much as you like Benches of Inisherin. Like I don't think it's a film for. I don't think you would particularly enjoy the
Is she
film, but
speaking in
performance
Irish?
wise, no.
Okay, never mind then. That's like a 3 then.
All I know is that Brendan Fraser. All I know the film is Brendan Fraser playing an overweight dude who's struggling with like obesity. I think I might be very wrong. That's why he's called the whale, talking about the weight. And like
Uh,
um Max from Stranger Things, Sadie Sink plays the daughter, and she have a very good performance in that film. Like those are the two things that I've heard about the film. So yeah,
alright, alright.
Wait, what is this? Oh, psychological drama. Okay.
yeah.
What Google says.
The next,
So
like
yeah,
you should, your next project, you should make another like title for your class. The whale, but it follows
What?
a guy whaling in a gacha game.
Dude, I know just the guy. Brother. I know just the guy. You know what? The moment he said
Alright.
this, I'm already interested. All right, let's watch right now. Right now.
uh, should we go to the bonus part a little bit, or should we just
yeah.
end it
Let's
here?
go. Let's go real. Let's. Do you have anything in the bonus? Anything big, or if not, then
Let's
we
go to
can.
the bonus real quick.
Maybe not,
Let's just look
not
at it real
much,
quick.
honestly. I only have
Best game,
music
book,
really to say,
podcast,
honestly.
Yeah.
music,
I've only
podcast,
played one
Councilman
game that's
La.
released of 20. Yeah, podcast is obviously us. Oh, of course. No
Of
bias.
course.
No bias here. Of course. Okay, to be fair though, I've never actually listened to other people's podcasts. Like I never bothered, never cared.
I think
Oh,
the
okay.
only podcast I
Even
listen to is No Dunks, just to follow up with the NBA. That's it.
That's
yeah.
I,
that's probably the like I have two podcasts of the year for me. It's no dungs, like you said, for NBA, because we both listen to that show and we talk about that show, and podcast the
yeah.
ride that I just got into this year because theme parks, and mainly because they're hilarious. I listen to them more to the comedy, and then the theme park stuff is like an additional stuff because I think those guys are
Mm.
hilarious. So yeah.
Okay.
Obviously we don't read books.
No, Calvin, you can still do books. Just mangas. I say mangas count as books. I mean,
Ma-
you know.
well, I read them on a phone.
It still counts. Reading, if you read off a PDF, it still counts as a book, in my opinion.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, mangas, anything, Calvin? It's okay. Just
Well, it's
people
not.
aren't gonna see it, but you know.
I'm. It's not that the manga I'm reading now is not this year, but I'm reading Solo Leveling, this Korean webtoon,
Alright, yeah, that's been out for
comics.
some time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, and
Though
yeah. Talking about music. Albert.
let's just go. I kind of want to go to games first under the basis that
Wait,
Okay,
wait,
Alvin
all
okay.
right,
played.
wait. What
Because there
talk?
isn't much to talk about. Because when it comes to new games,
Especially
I think when it
what
comes
is
to
it?
new games, I think me and Kelvin only have ever really played Overwatch 2. That is like released of this year. That's it.
Well,
Like most
Sunbreak.
games we no,
Is that
I
this
don't
year?
count. I personally don't count Monster Hunter under the basis that it was already released in 2021.
I guess so. Yeah, that's a DLC.
Yeah, and the PC was released later this year, yes, but you know,
Yeah, I guess so.
the original game has been released, yeah, so I didn't count that. So yeah, there isn't much
Yeah.
for games.
For games, Overwatch 2, I played it. I played the first season. I reached like Battle Pass 50 level 55, which takes
Yeah,
55 days because
just
I
enough.
went
Yeah,
up
that's
one
enough for the
rank
new
per
character.
day.
Yeah, that's enough for the character. Yeah.
Season
For Calvin, for the goose
Season
answer,
Pass
he
2,
played.
haven't touched it.
Yeah, I haven't touched it either. People aren't playing. The goose answer is Elden Ring. It's a bit. He literally
I
just
just
bought the
bought the game.
game. He just bought the game that he's just. Is he playing right now? Actually, he probably is.
I'm still playing the family friendly game Sniper Elite.
He's still playing Sniper Elite 4. Okay, it's fine. But
um
yeah. Oh wait, Albert, did you
like
not play the new Pokemon?
I haven't
yeah, how's
finished
that?
it, so I don't know. I couldn't rate it accordingly. I forgot Legends Arceus also came out this year, so Pokemon
Yeah,
have two
legit.
games
Yeah,
this
I
year, which
forgot.
is huge. I
Yeah,
haven't
come to
finished
think of it.
either, so yeah, I couldn't say too much. But so far, I'm liking Pokemon Scarlet a lot.
Actually, imagine that,
Legends
Calvin.
Arceus.
Albert plays more newer games than we do.
That's true.
Technically,
Oh,
I
Albert.
started 2 games. Technically, I started 3 games no 4 games that came out this year, but I never finished any. Well, I
Albert
guess
is a
two of them is not
gamer.
a story. So I play 2K. I play 2K22.
Oh shit, are we
I
gonna play
play
console?
I play
If we
Nintendo
console play
Switch
Smash.
Sports. Which shout out to Cameron who gave me that game as a gift. So
Oh,
shout out to that.
Why don't
very
you ever
nice,
give
And,
me
Cameron.
a
and
Yes,
game,
yeah,
yes.
Pokemon
Albert?
Scarlet and I just what?
Why don't you ever give me a game, Albert? I
No.
want the new 2K.
You just wait for that to be free on Epic.
Dude,
Yeah,
2K21 online
that's
service is gone now.
that's your wish list for your next birthday. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll get you a digital. Is there a digital code? Is there a digital coupon code?
I don't know.
I don't
I
know
don't know
if
how
there
it
is.
works.
I don't know how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Cameron.
That's pretty much that for games. We don't play that much games, honestly.
You
New
guys
games
gloss
at
over
least.
books real quick. I just want to mention I don't read that many books either. But there is a book that came out. I just find this so funny. There is a book that came out this year, by Janet McCurdy, who you might know from iCarly. Who she released a book called "I'm Glad My Mom Died," which is like a memoir about her career. And I did not purchase the
Mhm.
book. But every time I go to a bookstore, I go to a random page because that book is everywhere and it's huge. People love it. I go to a random page and just read a random like part of the book, and you're like, oh, cool, interesting. And I close the book and I leave. I keep on doing that to every time I see that book in the
Uh,
bookstore. I keep on doing that, just like in the random
Al-
segment of her life that she mentioned. So you
Albert is going to finish that book one day by reading the page like page 50,
randomly,
1, 100,
yeah.
2.
Yeah. Like I even do that. I even do that in Australia with my sister. I go to a Dimex, which is like a Barnes and Nobles or a Gramedia equivalent, and I was like, "Hey, you know this book by Janet McCurdy? Yeah, just open the page, we read it, and like, all right, good, close it. We go
Yeah,
look somewhere else."
honestly I've been wanting to get back to reading like novels and stuff, but I hate it. I hate it reading a novel off my phone or
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah. I hate
buying a
reading.
novel physical one is expensive, especially in Indonesia if you want to get the English version of it, because sometimes they
Yeah,
would
yeah,
translate it and that's cheaper than if you just buy the English one.
yeah.
Yeah. And I don't want to spend that much money to buy a novel like that, and reading on a phone,
Totally
it's
fair.
ass.
It hurts. Yeah, it hurts my eyes
or
reading
on, or on a
off a
computer, it's
screen.
it's just not,
Yeah, off
it's
a
just not
screen
fun.
is yeah.
Yeah, that's why back then when I was younger, books were, I don't know. I guess I didn't understand money yet. That's why I think it's cheaper.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's get the music real quick. I guess Albert. Um.
Albert is
I'm
so
pretty sure
easy.
Albert. Yeah.
It's
Albert
so
is so
it's not
easy.
surprising. I mean,
Sing it,
I
Albert.
thought about it.
Ah, sing it.
Which one?
I don't know which one's
What
your favorite.
happened
Sing it.
was we reached the moon. Yeah, Carly Rae Jepsen.
Group?
Carly Rae Jepsen. What?
Oh, not
No,
Group.
no, not Gru.
I don't know.
Gru,
I was thinking like
Gru.
I don't remember Group
The-
saying that.
No,
I
Carly.
really,
Carly
really,
Rae. I
really,
mean, obviously,
really,
Carly
really
Rae.
like Gru.
Carly Rae Jepsen's newest album, The
And I
Loneliest
want
Time,
Group.
obviously
And I
is
want Group
is my
now.
favorite.
And I want Gru
Uh,
now. I
yeah,
really,
it's-
really, really, really like Gru. I'm
Oh
sorry,
my goodness.
we're ruining Albert's favorite.
Go on,
artist.
Bert,
Sorry,
go on.
Go on.
Yeah, no, Carly Rae Jepsen obviously is good. Shout out to her. The Loneliest Time is a great album. Taylor Swift obviously released an album, and some of the songs are good. Not all of them are great. The Weeknd, I think the Blinding Lights came out this year, right? That song is everywhere, and I'll be lying if I didn't say I like the song.
How about that Harry Styles songs? As
I was about
is
to
that
shout
the
out. I was
same?
about to shout out Harry Styles as well. His new album, like Harry Styles or whatever. He might not have a good acting career this year. Don't worry, darling. But his songs are good. So yeah.
I only know As It
Yeah,
Was. That's
he's-
it. That's the only song I like.
Oh, okay, never
And
mind.
no.
Blinding Lights was 2019. What the fuck? I think it just got viral like
Oh.
recently. That's
No.
wild.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
You could say
I
that.
heard that a
You could say
lot.
that. Harry Styles is spitting lyrics.
Spitting lyrics.
How about the Light Switch by Charlie Puth? I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
You know? No? 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 You don't like it? Okay.
I don't think I don't think I know the song.
Really? I thought it's pretty
If I listen to it, I probably know, but I don't know it. I don't know by title.
it went like you turn me on like a light switch and then chatak.
It's a tank.
There is a check in the song.
There's a tank.
Yeah. You turn me
The
on like a
lyrics
light switch.
actually
chatak.
The lyrics actually spell CETEK.
Music talk by the Councilmen.
Is this like that? Was that YouTube channel the Genius Lyrics? You know, it's like what does Chetak mean here? So like the switch, right? The light switch.
You chatak. I like that song.
Actually, here for best songs, I'm gonna cheat a bit because technically the original song did not came out in 2022. You know the song they use in "Stay at Your House" for the Edge Runner scale because that's not a 2022 song. It's only popular now because of the series. So I picked the Samuel Kim version of it. I think it's like the more
Samuel Kim.
emotion. That's the more emotional version. I've never vibed to depression like that before. It's amazing.
Who is
Wow.
Samuel Kim?
Albert
a
has
huge-
mentioned it several times. Me and
He's
Albert.
a
we
he's a
listen
he's
to
a,
him,
he's a
yeah.
composer.
He's
He
a
have a YouTube
composer who
channel.
makes covers.
Oh,
Yeah.
He
okay.
like remix stuff. Yeah.
He does a lot for animes, even Genshin covers as well. There's that.
It's about them
Oh.
time by Lizzo 2022.
Oh wait,
It
what's his
is.
name?
That's a good song.
Teguh's favorite song. Well, I can agree with him too. Is ito I Ain't Worried by Coldplay.
Yeah, that's a
Mm,
good
Top
song.
Gun. Top Gun.
I-
So yeah, that's good.
Coldplay came back out of nowhere with that.
Oh, Twice. Talk That Talk. I like that. I listen to
Ah,
K-pop. Twice. Talk That Talk. That's nice. That's a fun song to listen to. Yeah. Uh.
Yeah. There you go. Couple of
Right.
songs.
Neon pop. Neon solo pop. That's fun as well. Yeah. So yeah, that's bonus round of 2022, I guess.
Bonus round.
Yeah. I guess that's that for this episode. Yeah, where
Pretty
we talk
much.
about the best of
the best part
lot of
from
things.
Councilman 2022. You've got balls. I've been told.
Basically the whole that whole episode.
It's just the
Fucking
highlight
illegal.
of it's just the highlight of the council. Just go back to that episode.
Albert, Cameron asks on the chat. Albert, did you become obsessed with Carly Rae Jepsen only this past year? I don't think
No,
so.
I mean I've been a fan for a longest time. I think just like my obsession, like definitely peaked this year, and like it rekindled because it's sort of like I was like, and I was not again. It definitely peaked this year. I was into her like listening to everything. I literally joined a Discord server and subreddit just to talk to other people about
Oh,
her
damn.
music because there's no one else to talk to about her music because it's like sort
You
of a
can
cult
talk with
following.
Ariq.
Yeah, but
What do you mean? I only listened to one
Arik haven't
song.
listened exactly.
Only
So Arik
listened to
haven't
one
listened to the
song
full
that
thing.
Albert recommended.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I want to talk to people about it, and not that many people talk about it. So yeah, definitely that. And also, if I haven't talked about her that much in the past, it's because I have a history with people shaming me for liking Carly Rae Jepsen. So I was like embarrassed.
Yeah, relax,
Uh,
dude. We shame you for liking Taylor Swift as well, even
no,
though
I
we all
know,
like
I know.
Taylor
I'm not
Swift.
worried about you guys. There are other people
Oh,
which
all
I
right.
was like worried about. But like now, I don't care about their opinions. They can say whatever. I still stand that she's good.
Ah,
So
yes.
I don't give a shit. So yeah.
Albert character development.
Hell yeah, character
Yes.
development. Like I
We're
don't
getting a
care what
more
you think. I like what I like. So yeah,
yes
yeah.
Albert independent movement. Yes,
Let's
Yes.
go.
I stand by Albert.
Let's go.
What's that?
Ow.
AIM. Albert Independence Movement.
Aim, aim.
Oh my goodness.
I aim for you. Albert Independence Movement 2023. Let's go.
Alright, last quick question here from Mr. Google. Are we gonna have a new spin-off show in the channel Console Music?
Bro,
No.
Council Plays
I
didn't
mean,
even take off, bro. We can't just keep adding new spin-off shows.
Council
have
plays,
you?
council music, council commentary. Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
What
I
are we
mean,
gonna do if it's council music? We're gonna
we talk about
Talk
music,
about music, I
Albert.
guess.
let's do council karaoke. We
I
should
don't
sing.
think we want to deafen our listeners and
Uh,
viewers.
I feel bad for anyone who has to listen to like 2 hours of
council choir. Alliteration right
council
there.
None of us are in the
choir.
choir.
Council choir.
All of our
Hey,
voice
but that
cracks.
sound
I
council
mean,
choir does sound good, but like we're not doing that. We can't sing.
We can sing.
you heard our
Probably
singing
not
with
gonna happen.
with our cover of like really really like Gru that
I really, really,
that Arik
really,
just
really
sang.
like Gru.
And my rendition of Charlie Puth Light Switch with the chetak.
Chitok,
Attack!
chitak, sabi niya. Chitak.
That's our level of singing right there.
No, we're
So
gonna
no, we are
probably
not qualified to talk about this.
serious answer, probably not. But you can
Probably
probably
not.
expect from time to time if we randomly talk about music in the main show.
Yeah.
Actually, no. On a slight topic of a spin-off show, I'm gonna do my best to try and revive Council Plays. Like,
Oh,
I'll see if I can stream from my end and stuff, and have like proper, like, the streamer elements. Like the webcam, the stuff. Whatever donations. I'll figure it out eventually.
because of my current internet, like the best thing I can do is pre-record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Oh,
pre-record. Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah. All right.
Which
I've
I think
befriended. Yeah, I've
I think
befriended a lot of streamers, so that's why we might do it.
and I think with the on the YouTube end with the rebrand of the councilman, it gives more freedom, I guess, and flexibility for all of us to just like post various councilman related contents in here outside of the show.
Oh
So
yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
I think that's gonna be good. So yeah.
Yeah, we can
All right.
do that.
Let's do our plug, I guess, before we end at almost 3 hours episode.
Mm.
Without the go.
Best of 2022, so it makes sense. We thought about a lot.
Yeah,
It
that's
makes
true.
sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Next episode probably gonna be this long as of the draft. Where are the banners? Oh wait, I'm in the
They're
wrong
all.
tab. uh, yeah, Eric, go ahead and plug.
Find me on Instagram at Ariq Andria. Find me on Letterbox at Ricky Do, which is actually updated.
Aha. Yeah, and you
Yes.
guys can find Teguh on Instagram at TG23399 and at Tegidu on Twitter. I got I'm gonna rant a little bit. Uh,
Yeah.
there is another guy on Instagram whenever I make like an Instagram post, that starts with TG23,
Yeah, yeah.
and Teguh's name
Oh.
doesn't appear on the top, so sometimes I press the wrong guy.
You've been tagging him this whole time.
No, I did not. Like I
Oh my
realized I pressed the
god.
wrong guy every time, but
Oh
it's
my
just annoying
goodness.
that there's another guy that who starts with two TG23.
You, you keep tagging the wrong some random guy.
Alright,
Oh.
and yeah, you can find me Kelvin on Instagram at KYS27 and Disco Monkey on Letterboxd and YouTube. And lastly, Albert. Albert, you're muted.
Find me everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Letterbox. It's J.A. Wiradharma. That's spelled JAWIRADHARMA. I now have officially rebrand all of my social media to be J.A. Wiradharma whenever I can, which I'm pretty sure it's most of the time because no one have the name J.A. Wiradharma. So I think I secured that username everywhere. So find me there. Um, yeah, I post stuff on Twitter randomly. I post my day-to-day stuff on Instagram, TikTok, lots of movie-related content, and yeah, Letterboxd. Just if you want to see all the list of the stuff that I log, such as films that I watch on the plane, that on the flight back here, I made a separate list there. Letterboxd. I have like my overall ranking of 2022 films over there. I got
Me too.
list random list of like films that I fell asleep in, so that's available on my Letterboxd. So follow me there. Um, and yeah, finally, follow the Councilman once again everywhere at Councilmen Show, social on our social media. Interact with us in the social media platform. We always like it when we get social interactions, and you can even send us an email at councilmanshow@gmail.com. And you can find us on the audio feed, The Councilman, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Castbox, Stitcher, Podbean, everywhere. That's The Councilman, and subscribe. And you can leave us a review if you want to, and we'll read any reviews that came to us, just like
Mhm.
what happened today. We got a review.
Yay!
So,
Uh,
who wants to read it?
Who wants to
I
read
don't
it?
know. Who?
I can
Oh,
read it. I
okay,
can read it.
Albert, go ahead.
So we got a review from Apple Podcasts from Theo is okay. Glad to hear that you're okay, Theo. Theo is okay. Write a 5-star review titled "Best in the Biz," and the
Mm-hmm.
review says, "Love this show. Have been exclusively listening since 2021. Always so funny and entertaining, yet insightful. Ironically, their last 2 episodes has been funnier and smooth flowing than ever, without them having to interact with the live chat every few minutes." So that is the review from Theo.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
heard that, fellow counselees or whatever we call you guys. Citizens, right? Fellow citizens. From now on, we are not obliged to talk to you anymore.
We're still going to interact from time to
I mean,
time.
we appreciate we get the input, and yeah, we do get it. I think what we'll do is obviously the interaction. We're still gonna keep it. We'll probably do a better job of addressing live comments because sometimes
Yeah,
we
that's
just
true.
we just directly react to the comments without reading it, and it's in audio wise, it
It's
just
yeah,
like
it's
It gets
confusing.
throws it off
confusing, I
course.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll probably do that. But yeah, great input, and we obviously accept any criticism. So
We
yeah.
try to do professional. Yeah.
In fact, we want more. I guess we kind of want more criticism to know, what else we can add.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair.
All right. I
Yeah.
guess. Oh, Albert, you want to say anything
I'll-
else?
No, no, nothing.
All right. Yeah. So anyway, remember, next week. Stay tuned for the Ultimate 2023 draft. Yeah. Hopefully, I don't I don't make like all those choices
No,
that I
hopefully
did
your
last year.
movies don't get cancelled out of, I don't know, for whatever reason.
Alright, yeah, so with that, the councilman has spoken. And we'll see you on the next episode.